Marlins, and I mean, he's as great a hitter as I've ever played with. And, you know, I think they're on the very short list of greatest right-handed hitters probably of all time, and certainly of this generation.
Aaron Boone on the future Hall of Famer Miguel Cabrera, 5 hits shy of 3,000, Jack, 1 shy of 600 doubles.
And the reason he is one of the greatest right-handed hitters of all time is, Bob, because he hits the ball the other way. He lets pitches travel. He's got plate discipline and plate coverage, and he almost uses that right center field as a target. It's one of the reasons he is such an elite hitter and why he's so challenging for pitchers to try and retire.
We talk about guys losing a tick off their fastball. He's lost nothing in terms of hitting. Got baseball coming up on the other side of this break. Ryan and Cameron along with Meredith with the call. Enjoy it.
Starting lineup brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. The Yankees will have Aaron Hicks back in the leadoff spot. Aaron Judge bats second. Anthony Rizzo hits third with Giancarlo Stanton behind him. DJ LeMahieu playing second base, bats fifth. Then it's Josh Donaldson, Joey Gallo, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, and Kyle Higashioka rounding out the Yankees starting lineup tonight. On the mound for the Detroit Tigers, Tyler Alexander. You see last season 15 starts, a very respectable 3.81 ERA, and so far this year 1 start, 5 1/3 innings, and 3 runs allowed.
And you see it, young Tyler Alexander moved to the rotation last year. Some increased responsibility this year with Casey Mize going down and Manning going on the IL with a shoulder injury. He's sinker, changeup, cutter. He's a guy who is below the pitching speed. He's not a guy who is going to come out and light up the radar gun. He's going to throw around, average everything around the mid-80s. But again, he knows how to pitch.
That one misses a little low at 89 miles an hour. Ball 1 to Hicks. Aaron Hicks in that leadoff spot, batting from the right side, and fouls that down the right field line. As Meredith detailed for us, it is incredibly cold. You know what it feels like? It kind of feels like Detroit in April. That's what it feels like.
It feels like Detroit in April. Feels like San Francisco in the summertime.
That's right. The 1-1. Hicks rips that foul. And it's 1-2 on Hicks. Yeah, winter hats, bundled up. You got to hide your pens in your beanie.
You see Dylan Lawson down there covered up, bundled up. It was quite a nice little snow fiesta yesterday as well.
Yeah.
On an off day.
And then some flurries this morning. 1-2 on Hicks. Hicks able to hold up, and the count even, 2-2 on Aaron Hicks, one of the players who is off to a good start this season. For as much as the Yankees have struggled offensively, Hicks, one of the guys who's come out of the gates looking good. Nice bounce back for him after an injury-decimated 2021. And he lines that into center field. Strong start for Hicks and the Yankees. A leadoff single.
And again, a little bit of what we saw last series with Aaron Hicks at the top of that order, getting things going for the Yankees. Another quality at bat, making Alexander throw a lot of pitches and doing a great job of staying on that changeup. Middle of the field, a lot of good things are going to happen if the Yankees want to get back to where they are scoring a lot of runs.
Taking a look at the Tigers defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Meadows, Badu, Grossman in the outfield, Candelario, Castro, Scope, and Torkelson in the infield, with Tucker Barnhart behind the plate catching Alexander. Here is Judge. He takes strike 1. That was below the zone, but we know Aaron often has those called strikes against him. 0-1. See the numbers for Judge thus far. Yankees coming off an off day yesterday after losing 2 out of 3 in Baltimore. Blocked nicely there by Barnhart, who has 2 gold gloves. It's 1-1.
Yeah, rough series in Baltimore. I think the off day should definitely do some good for this ball club. Bullpen logged a lot of innings, so I'm sure those guys enjoyed that off day yesterday. They definitely could have used a day of rest.
Hicks leads off first, wide open right side of the infield as Judge pops it up. Right side, behind first, Torkelson makes the catch. One away. Well, we've been talking about it, so let's take a look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. Temperature 43, feels like 34. The wind 16 miles an hour. The skies are clear, but the temps will drop. How about Alexander out there in short sleeves on the mound, Cam?
You know, these lefties are built different. It's one thing we know about our game. If you're left-handed, especially a pitcher, they're built different.
Here's Anthony Rizzo. Takes outside. 1-0.
It's a little different. He's a guy with a ball in his hands, you know, each and every time. So his blood is going to be flowing a little bit better than the guys just kind of standing out there waiting on something to happen.
Yeah, so you're not giving him the same credit you would, say, an outfielder wearing short sleeves in this game?
No.
Okay.
Nah, not at all.
He may not even have an undershirt on. 2-0 on Rizzo.
And he's played with Dan Uggla, and Uggla was one of those guys who he hated long sleeve shirts. He didn't care if it was 20 degrees, if it was snowing, and I never understood that. No undershirt, guns out, chest out. He said he would say it kept you in the game, kept you locked in. So we'll see if it keeps Alexander locked in.
And then you have someone like Lance Lynn, who was the opposite, who, if it was 95 degrees, he would intentionally wear a hoodie because he wanted to be used to that kind of heat. Big swing from Rizzo, 2-1. Three infielders on the right side, a big hole on the left. Lefty to lefty, Alexander deals the 2-1, and it's 3-1 on Rizzo.
Rizzo, he's been another one of those guys having quality at-bats for the Yankees. You know, every time he comes up, he seems to be working counts deep and doing something to make these pitchers work. And that's what you need. You need a guy, we call those team at-bats. You know, make guys work, make them have to throw pitches, no easy outs.
3-1. That just catches the corner, according to the home plate umpire, Edwin Moscoso. But, yeah, the replay and the K-box are going to say something different.
See why Rizzo's a little unhappy with that one. Couple balls off the plate right there.
That's obviously could be a huge swing. You go from first and second, one out. We'll see what he does with the 3-2. Will Hicks be on the move? He is. The pitch is down, ball 4. So this time Rizzo works the walk, and the Yankees in business. 2 on and 1 out, and Stanton coming up. Taking a look at the home plate umpire scouting report. 3rd major league season for Moscoso. Hitter friendly. Very few high strikes, few inside strikes. So thus far, he's gone against the scouting report.
It's early for him too. Maybe a little cold too. He's getting acclimated to this weather as well.
Here is Stanton. 2 homers, 8 ribbies thus far for Stanton, as he fouls that straight back. 0-1. The Yankees have talked about not panicking despite the slow start offensively and the confidence they have that eventually guys will hit to the back of their baseball cards. Just 30 runs through the first 10 games as Stanton slices that one foul, and it's 0-2.
It's early in this season, but you know, one thing in this AL East is it can get late really quick. So it'll be good to see the Yankees hitters be able to capitalize on some of these runners in scoring position that they continue to get out there. They had some traffic on base last series, but just was not able to capitalize. So, you know, let's see if we can get back to that middle field approach.
Hicks dancing off of second as Stanton takes high. We mentioned the runners in scoring position. That has been an area of struggle to begin the season for the Yankees. Just 190 as a team with runners in scoring position. The 1-2. And it is 2-2 now on Stanton. 349 career home runs for Giancarlo Stanton. The 2-2. Chases down and away, and Stanton retired on strikes. 2 down.
And that's a part of that 3-pitch mix that you're going to see today from Alexander. Sinker, changeup, cutter. One with the changeup right there, falling off the table. Fooling Stanton for out number 2.
Now here is DJ LeMahieu. Local guy.
Detroit native, had a chance to sleep in his own bed last night.
How about that?
So it's nothing like that during the season when you get an opportunity to go home, sleep in your own bed.
1-0 on LeMahieu. Now this is the other thing you talked about, Cam, wanting to see LeMahieu in the lineup every single night.
Yeah, I want to see him out there. You know, he's a guy, when he's healthy, we know what DJ can do.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a silver slugger. He's a guy who has the opportunity to win you a batting title. So he's just a constant in this lineup when he's out there. I mean, even on a down year, people talked about his down year last year. There are guys in the league that would love to have a down year like DJ had last year. So, again, when he's healthy, you've been able to see what he can do as he's done this year, you know, giving consistent at-bats and quality at-bats one after another for the Yankees.
Baddoo shaded towards right center. Big gap in left center field. The 2-0. Catches the outside corner with that backdoor cutter. 2-1. You see that gap in left center between Meadows and Baddoo.
You know, typically you'll see guys shade DJ to right field a little bit more. You know, he's a guy that is difficult to shift.
Nice stop there by Barnhart, and it's 3-1 on LeMahieu. Josh Donaldson waits on deck. Hicks leads off second, Rizzo off first. The 3-1. Swing and a miss at a high cutter over the heart of the plate. 3-2. Hicks started it with a single. Judge popped out. Rizzo walks. Stanton struck out, and it's now 3-2 on LeMahieu. 2 outs, so the runners will be going. The 3-2. Fouled away.
And again, this is why you want to see DJ in the lineup. You want to see Hicksy at the top. Good quality at-bats. These are at-bats that get you into a bullpen a lot sooner. And you can mess up a team's rotation for the series when you have these type of quality at-bats early in the game. So again, these are 2 guys that right now struggling to get, you know, come across runs. I think they definitely need to be in there every day.
25 pitches already for Alexander. Another 3-2. Inside, ball 4. LeMahieu works the walk, and the bases are loaded for Josh Donaldson. Let's take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Keys to the game: find your base hits. Last series, the one win they did get from the Orioles, the Yankees hitters did a great job of staying in the middle of the field. There are a lot of hits in the middle of the field, and you know, with this cold weather, this is a pitcher-friendly ballpark. It'll be great to just see the baton keep moving, pass the torch. You know, let's get some singles today. RBI singles work. You know, I know this is a team that loves to hit the long ball. Ladies love the long ball, but pitchers love run support.
And Mr. 3000, Miguel Cabrera.
Mr. 3000, yes, 5 hits away. Only 7 guys in the history, 3,000 hits, 500 homers, and then a rested pen. A great day off for that pen to get re-energized and back to what they're ready to do, and that's continue to get out and be one of the best pitching staffs in all of baseball.
1-0 on Donaldson. Bases loaded, 2 out. Top of the first. And it is 2-0 on Josh Donaldson. Rizzo at second, Hicks third, LeMahieu first. 3 infielders on the left side for Donaldson. The 2-0. That misses inside as well, and it's 3-0 on Donaldson with nowhere to put him.
And this heater just missed in off the plate a tad, and I like this at bat already by Josh Donaldson. A little bit more patient than he's been in previous games, making the pitcher work. You know, make this guy come to you. Like we said, average 80 miles per hour, so you're gonna get something to hit if you just wait him out.
The 3-0. Donaldson taking, it's 3-1. Thirty-first pitch of the inning. Donaldson sees it hum in the bottom quadrant for strike 2. Action already in the Tigers' pen. Garcia going. Count now full after Alexander fell behind 3-0. It's 3-2. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wind really gusting here.
It's a big pitch right here for the Yankees. See if Alexander goes to that changeup 3-2.
Donaldson, a .388 career hitter with the bases loaded. The payoff. Popped up behind the plate. Barnhart backing up, and it's going to be dropped. It's dropped. 2 runs will score. Alexander and Barnhart were there. Alexander almost made a casual basket catch and instead could not hang on, and the Yankees get the gift they've been looking for as 2 runs played on the error.
And you said it, an absolute gift. 3-2, 2 outs, runners moving. Donaldson pops up, and this ball comes back, starts coming back to the infield. I don't think anybody was ready for this ball to start coming back to the infield. And like you said, Alexander nonchalantly, it almost just dropped in his glove. But the Yankees getting a much-needed break. 2 runs coming across. And I guess if you're the Yankees, you'll take it any way you can get it.
Instead of a here we go again with not coming through with men on base, the Yankees get 2.
And that is scored at E1. Not an RBI for Donaldson. But again, that's something the Yankees desperately need, a break that they'll definitely take.
And now first and third with 2 out as Gallo fouls that away. I mean, what a difference, though, Cam. If that ball is caught, saying, oh, the Yankees squandered another opportunity, still just waiting to break through. Instead, who knows, maybe that little break there helps release some of the tension in the shoulders, ease up in those spots.
Exactly. You hope something like that is what may allow those floodgates to open and the good juju to start pouring in.
Gallo taps a foul, 1-2.
Because you're right. You know, if we catch that, it's another inning of grumbling and wondering where are these runs going to come from for the Yankees? So, again, I know Aaron Boone is happy to see that ball drop in front of Alexander, and the Yankees put 2 runs on the board.
And Meredith Morakovic's scouting report about the wind proved prescient. 2-2 on Gallo. Donaldson at first. LeMahieu at third. 2 runs in the inning. This is the 37th pitch. And there will be a 38th. You talked about in the scouting report the added responsibility for Alexander as you see the wind whipping out there in center field with the injuries to the Tigers rotation. For the Yankees on the verge of making this a short night for Alexander. Just his 2nd start of the year. And it is full on Gallo with Kiner Falefa on deck.
And you can definitely believe with the injuries that have mounted for the Tiger starters that this is the last thing that A.J. Hinch wanted to see his starter go out and do. But again, a better approach today by the Yankees hitters already. Seeing more pitches.
The 3-2 tap foul. Yeah, again, long at bat here.
This works. You know, I know we want to see the homer, but quality at bats go a long way. It goes a long way for your confidence. And again, it just puts the opponent up against the 8 ball. And it's what you want to do. Quality at bats go a long way, even when you don't always get a homer out of it.
A.J. Hinch trying to find a way out of it. This will be the 40th pitch of the inning for Alexander. Another 3-2. Gallo tomahawks that foul.
It's been a long first inning, but you know, I thought this would be a really good matchup today for Joey. You know, being that Alexander isn't the hardest thrower, but if he could stay disciplined in his approach and where he's looking for the ball, that this is a guy that he could have some success against.
Gallo could use that. Another 3-2 and another foul ball. Tenth pitch of the at-bat upcoming. LeMahieu at third. Donaldson is off on the delivery with 3-2, 2 outs at first. 2 runs already in on the error from Alexander. Another payoff. Gallo went around, and that will end the inning. But the Yankees catch a massive break on the error from Alexander. The Bombers take an early 2-0 lead with Garrett Cole on the hill next. To the Tyler Alexander error. Let's take a look at the Tigers starting lineup. It's brought to you by TikTok. It starts on TikTok. Robbie Grossman leading off. Austin Meadows his first year with the Tigers batting second. Jonathan Scope hits third. Jamer Candelario coming off back-to-back strong seasons. In the cleanup spot, Miguel Cabrera 5 hits away from 3,000, bats fifth. Spencer Torkelson, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, sixth. Then it's Badu, Barnhart, and Castro to round out the starting lineup. And Garrett Cole on the mound. You see what he's done through his first 2 starts this season, and we'll get the scouting report from Cameron Maben.
Hey, progress. He's better in his second start. Got beat on 2 homers by Vlad Jr. But in his career versus the Tigers, he is 6-1 with a 1.92 ERA. 3 runs or fewer in 9 starts. So, Garrett Cole, how about you join the party, my friend? Nestor Cortez, Jamison Tyon, and Monty all pitching well, along with Severino, who had a great start as well. So, time for Garrett to go ahead and come on into the club and join the party.
Take a look at the defense behind Cole. It's brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Gallo in left, Hicks in center, Judge in right, Donaldson, Kiner Falefa on the left side, LeMahieu and Rizzo on the right, and Higashioka catches Garrett Cole. So the Yankees score 2 in the top of the first. They make Alexander throw over 40 pitches. They get the 2 runs on a dropped pop-up with the bases loaded and 2 outs, with Rizzo hustling the whole way behind Hicks to score as Cole delivers strike 1 on a slider. The 0-1, swing and a miss, well-located fastball, 0-2. Garrett Cole talked about smoothing out his mechanics a little bit so that he could have better command with that fastball. Saying that was a focus heading into this start. As Grossman just gets a piece. The 0-2. High with a fastball, 1-2.
Now, Ryan, with those first 2 runs across the board is the first time that Garrett will be pitching with a lead this year. So I'm sure he's excited to see that, you know, early on in this game where he's been pitching from behind.
The 1-2 is tapped foul. It remains 1-2.
Pitching from behind quite a bit in this early part of this season. So anytime you can get this guy some run support, we know what kind of beast he turns into out there on that mound.
3 infielders on the right side. Another 1-2 from Cole is away, and it's 2-2. Grossman doing a nice job battling back a bit after falling behind 0-2. Grossman always excellent on base skills as he fouls that one away and making Cole work here.
Yep, talk about those quality at-bats. Grossman, one of those veteran guys in this Tigers lineup that will definitely give you a quality at-bat. Numbers not quite where he's used to them being the last few seasons, but like we said, it is early, but he will give you a consistent quality at-bat.
Cole shaking off Higashioka, and now they get on the same page. Another 2-2. Swing and a miss. A strikeout to start things on a 98-mile-an-hour heater from Cole.
Garrett reaching back, going with his good heater. Great location, great spot. Nothing Robbie can do with that. Late. Great way to start this game if you're Garrett Cole.
You see the wind blowing the hair against the hat of Garrett Cole. Here's Austin Meadows off to a really good start. And 4 outfielders for the Yankees against Meadows, who take strike 1. See Donaldson left alone on the left side. Kiner Falefa goes down the left field line as that ball's ripped foul. 0-2.
Knuckle curve right there from Garrett. You know, checking out his pitch usage. That's a pitch that's been down this year. He hasn't thrown it as much. He developed the cutter, and he's been sticking with his cutter a lot more. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, when he pulls out that knuckle curve. And is it just to keep hitters off balance and allow his fastball to play up?
Yeah, his knuckle curve last year used it 16% of the time. This year, just 4.5% of his pitches through the first 2 starts. And that new cutter, 10% of his pitches.
In that, you know, I saw something, Ryan. In that 16% usage of that curveball, opponent's batting average, 299.
Much higher than he'd want.
Much higher than he wanted. It might be the reason for that usage going down as well.
Yeah.
So again, that might be one of those pitches that you just see against one of these really good hitters. You know, second time through, first time through to steal a strike.
That's in there for strike 3 on a changeup. So Cole retires the first 2 hitters on strikes.
Meadows has a question for the home plate umpire, but this is an outstanding changeup and an outstanding job of receiving by Higgy. I think Austin was a little frustrated with that first pitch strike. And he's going, you can't help this guy out. This guy's too good.
Well, you're right, though. What a nice job on that low change from Higashioka, as that pitch is ball 1 to Scope. Yankees back to just 3 outfielders. That slider catches the outside corner, 1-1.
It's a slider cutter, late break, great location, great tunneling down and away. It's a tough pitch to do anything with. I'll tell you what, I like to see like the history of second base stature. Where does Jonathan Scope fit in and biggest second baseman to ever play the game? I mean,
it's got to be up there, right?
I think guys realize the man is 6'4", like 230.
He's a free safety playing second base.
He is a big man, I tell you what. As well as DJ LeMahieu, another big guy, but Scope, he makes some of the bigger guys on the field look little, and he's your second baseman.
Here's the 3-1. That misses, so Cole walks. No, yes. Cole walks Scope. And that'll set up things for Jeimer Candelario with 2 down here in this first. Cam, you realize you just issued an absolutely appetizing challenge to our producer, Troy Benjamin, who knows maybe more baseball than anyone on the planet. He's going to be combing through the recesses of his mind for all second basemen 6'4" or bigger.
Yeah, Troy, he is a little bit of a baseball fanatic, man, huh? He's got some interesting information. He knows a lot of good things about the game, I'll tell you that.
That backdoor knuckle curve catches the outside corner, 0-1.
Jeimer, former teammate of mine, 28 years old, from San Pedro, Dominican Republic, 7th MLB season, and he's really come along as a player. 42 doubles last year, retired for the most in the major leagues with J.D. Martinez, Whit Merrifield, and Bryce Harper. So this young man, he's one of the harder workers that I've seen, and he really, really pays attention to the detail. That's one thing I enjoyed about being around Jeimer.
You see this kind of, I guess, consistent bat-to-ball skills coming from him as well, like we've seen the last 2 years when you played with him?
One thing, you know, a guy that hits on both sides of the plate, one thing he takes a lot of pride in is putting the ball in play. You know, hard line drives. I know we got a lot of analytics and a lot of launch angle, but he's a guy who, you know, when he's in BP, he's trying to drive the ball out of the ballpark on a line, you know, and I appreciate that approach by hitters.
2-2.
The one thing he has regressed a little bit, and it's early, is in his defense. You know, one thing I know he works really hard at is his defense at third base, but been struggling a little bit early on this year, you know, getting that glove back to where he knows it can be.
Swing and a miss. Chase 98, and Cole, weaving around one walk, strikes out the side of the first. Yankees 2, Tigers nothing as we go to the second at a chilly Comerica. This is brought to you in part by NYU Langone Health and by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Hall of Famers that don the pinstripes or the Tigers uniforms. Yeah, some great ones there. Ty Cobb, Hank Greenberg, Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig. All-time names for 2 classic franchises. And you see some of those names that are proudly on the brick wall, and then some that have statues as well, including that man, Hank Greenberg. Top of the second, new pitcher, Yankees a 2-0 lead, and Ronnie Garcia will take over for Alexander after Alexander threw 42 pitches in the first. nearly escaped without allowing a run, but dropped a pop-up right in front of home plate that scored 2 with 2 outs. And it's 3-0 on Kiner Falefa. See the numbers for Garcia thus far. And 3-0. Called a strike, 3-1.
That's one thing I wish. That's one thing I would like to see in the game. The auto. I won't say automatic. It seemed like an automatic 3-0 strike. You know, like I can't tell you how many at bats where that came back to haunt me.
Yeah.
3-0. I walk. No, I don't walk. And now I'm walking back to the dugout.
Right.
So, I mean, that's one thing where can we actually shrink it a little bit? If a guy goes 3-0, then he should have to actually throw you a legit strike.
And that's one of those things that's a real thing, right? Like, no matter what umpires say, that zone expands a little bit at 3-0.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. We see it night in and night out. But again, that's the kind of start that the Yankees want to see. Runners on, no outs, leadoff walks can come back to haunt you at times.
Kyle Higashioka swings through that, 0-1.
And Meredith knows this. I've been an advocate of seeing a little bit more action out there. You know, we got Kiner Falefa at first, 2-run lead. Let's see if we can get a jump maybe here. See if we can create something.
Getting a big lead there and checked on. Big hole on the right side with 3 infielders on the left for Higgy. There he goes. Pitch taken, throw down is not in time. Cameron Maben, the forecaster, as Kiner Falefa steals second.
And I love seeing that from IKF. Had a conversation with him earlier in the week about just starring in your role. Don't come in and try to do too much. You don't have to come in here at 30 homers, but catch the ball, play gold glove defense, create havoc on the bases. And I love seeing that by Isaiah Kiner Falefa.
And so now, runner in scoring position with nobody out. Higgy was willing to take that strike so that Kiner Falefa could get down there. 0-2 on Higashioka after the stolen base from Kiner Falefa.
And let's be honest, I think that's the balance that Cash wanted to add to this Yankees lineup. He wanted to see some guys, you know, moving in motion, making things happen instead of just waiting around that big homer. And this is the part that, hey, why not try to manufacture runs instead of waiting on the big dinger.
Higashioka pops that up behind first into foul ground. Torkelson can't make the catch. And there's going to be another opportunity here for Higashioka, as perhaps once again the wind playing a role.
It looks like it. You can see Spence's feet getting a little tied up. It looks like he just, again, didn't play the wind very well. You know, you want to try to play everything from behind, get behind everything, play it coming back towards the infield, and right there you can see he got on his heels a little bit, and that ball can start dancing on you when you get on your heels.
Not a large crowd here, but audible Tigers fans upset at the defensive woes early. After that, missed pop-up. And now it's 2-2 on Higashioka.
See if Higgy can make that hurt right here.
Torkelson playing way off the bag at first. Made it a longer run into foul territory for him as well. The 2-2. And they'll do it again. Aaron Hicks on deck. He started the first with a line drive single into center. Higashioka chases and is down on strikes, 1 away.
You can see Garcia going with the curveball right here to get Higgy. Did everything he could battle, but just couldn't hold off on that breaking ball down and away.
So Kiner Falefa at second. Here is Hicks. Singled from the right side in the first. Average up to 357 through these first 11 games. Now flipped around to the left side here in the second. Catches the inside corner. 0-1. Garcia actually spent 4 years in the Yankees system, 2016 to 19, got as high as Double-A Trenton, and was taken by the Tigers in the 2019 Rule 5 draft. The tough thing, a little cross up here.
It's a good job by Barnhart staying with that ball.
It could be a little conference on the mound now. Using PitchCom, looking in the hat, trying to get on the same page.
Some pros and cons of PitchCon right now. You know, I like the speed that it's. I like the pace of the game that it's creating. You know, speeding the game up. But we've seen a couple times now when it gets loud out there, or you know, guys don't really know the sign, I can't hear it. It gets a little wacky sometimes. So we've seen some cross ups, and we've seen some people not on the same page from it so far.
And you know what, Cam? Whoa, what happened there? My goodness, that ball's just rolling to the Yankee dugout. Kiner Falefa on his way to third and is going to hang on there. There are errant pitches, and then there's that. And they're going to go check on Garcia. Falefa easily made it to third, thought about home.
I think he was trying to figure out what to make of that pitch. Was it a ball?
Yeah,
was it
right.
A ball?
Exactly.
I think everybody kind of got caught off guard right there. I don't know what you call that. He kind of threw it not halfway quite, but
no, I mean he threw it like 12 feet.
I don't know what you call that.
But that was one of the.
We've seen some interesting things already early in this game. I mean. What in the world is going on right now?
I mean, my goodness, that
Meredith said it. I don't know if it's the weather, but he looks to be.
No, and he's done.
Yeah,
How about that? How about this start for the Tigers?
They get Ronnie Garcia's okay. I don't want to see anybody hurt out here, but
no,
that was definitely awkward looking.
42 pitches from Alexander in the first. He gets pulled, and now Garcia, after spiking a ball, is going to get pulled here after 15 pitches in the second. Pretty wild start in Detroit. Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture was submitted by Tom. His son Theo is all bundled up to root on the Yankees in Detroit. What a cutie. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Well, Garrett Cole was just out in front of the Yankees dugout getting some warm-up tosses in. And what has been a very long, slow start to this game. The Tigers about to go to their third pitcher. We are in the second inning. Cole has just thrown the bottom of the first. I don't often see that, though, Cam.
trying to stay warm. I mean, this is, like you said, this has been a pretty interesting start to the beginning of this game, and Garrett a little bit more time than he's used to in between innings, so trying to keep his body warm on this beautiful 45-degree day.
Will Vest into the game after the injury to Garcia, leaving after he couldn't get on the same page with Barnhart. Now, Tigers actually don't use pitch comp because Barnhart doesn't like it. It took a while to get on the same page. Finally did. The next pitch he threw spiked against the mound, which, Cam, have you ever seen a spike like that on a pitch before?
Not like that. You know, occasionally you'll see a guy spike a ball if an umpire calls time in between a pitch or something like that, but that didn't look good. And as soon as you throw it, you can see Ronnie Garcia. Watch right here. As soon as this ball comes out of his hand, you can tell something is bothering him. Immediately, he looks down, and you could see body language. Body language is one thing that does not lie, and you could tell something did not feel right to him when he let that ball go. You can right there, head down, kind of, and then that's when that's when you just react and you go chase the ball. But he's definitely hurting and looked like it could be a blister. Hopefully, it's nothing more than a blister and not anything in his elbow. You know, sometimes when that happens, you start thinking elbow immediately, but hopefully it's just a bad blister. You know, in this cold weather, you can get those quick. So hopefully it's not too serious because the Tigers are having some bad luck with their rotation right now. Well, guys going down.
They're down 2 starters, and Alexander didn't get out of the first. Now Garcia can't get out of the second. So the Tigers go to the third arm, and that's just part of the reason why you have the expanded rosters right now. As Hicks fights that off foul. 2-2. So Kiner Falefa is at third after that wild pitch. Tigers have the infield in with 1 out. The Yankees leading 2-0 after 2 runs scored on the error from Alexander on a drop pop-up with bases loaded, 2 out in the first. Hicks drives that in the air to center. Kiner Falefa will tag over in left center. Catch is made by Meadows, who will just toss it in. Kiner Falefa scores. It's a sacrifice fly from Aaron Hicks, and the Yankees lead is 3-0.
And you'll see a lot of high fives down in that Yankees dugout because that's something that the Yankees have struggled to do, and that's manufacture those runs. That is small ball. It still works, and you love seeing that from Aaron Hicks.
Well, interestingly, Cameron, the Yankees have 3 runs right now on just 1 hit.
Just 1 hit, and I think you can say, what, 1 earned run.
Yep. Well, actually, up to this point,
yeah.
Perhaps no earned runs.
Yeah, absolutely, because I don't know what you give that last spike
as of
pitch,
now,
but
that's
you're right.
unearned.
You're absolutely right.
The last one is earned. So 1 earned, 2 unearned thus far. 1-1 count on Judge as Garrett Cole has had to wait a while tonight. This is going to be the 60th pitch already thrown by Tigers pitching tonight. And Judge nearly took Vest right off the mound. An absolute laser up the middle. And a 2-out single for Aaron Judge.
And that's a beautiful sight. Aaron Judge hitting an absolute missile back up the middle. That middle of the field approach in this huge ballpark, that is outstanding. Continue, just pass the baton and let the next guy do his job. And that's what you want to see if you're the Yankees lineup right there. Beautiful piece of hitting by Aaron Judge right there. 100 miles per hour off his bat. So low liners work.
2 out. Here's Rizzo. Well, one of the things you talked about too, Cam, is in this weather, in this ballpark too, right? It's going to be harder to elevate the ball and get it out.
I watched for years, you know, Victor Martinez Miguel Cabrera hit balls in those gaps that don't come close to going over the fence, and they come back just dejected. So, you know, that's in the summertime. You know, we're not talking about now where you got 30, 40-degree weather where it's really tough to lay into a baseball and hit it out of here. So, you know, I think this approach that we're seeing early in the game, you know, I think that's a really good approach, and good things happen. And all of a sudden, balls start flying out of the ballpark because you're not trying to do too much. You're just trying to put a nice swing together, a nice at-bat together, and good things happen.
Rizzo waves and misses, 1-2. $43. Feels more like low to mid 30s. It is supposed to warm up quite a bit over the next few days in Detroit. Vest does not get the call. That looked like it had the inside corner. 2-2.
And there's that hitter-friendly umpire we were looking for early in the game. There's that scouting report showing up right there. This is a tough spot for Vest. Any pitcher having to come out after, you know, a guy gets an injury. You know, you've got time to get loose, but this is a tough spot.
Rizzo lofts that in the air, deep right center. Badu has plenty of room, makes the catch to end the inning, but the Yankees scratch across another run. Yankees 3, Tigers nothing. Cole back to work. First ever Genesis GV70 performance SUV. Among active players, you see Miguel Cabrera, second on the active player hit list. 2,995 career hits, on the brink of becoming just the 33rd player in baseball history to reach 3,000. Cameron, you were teammates with him.
Teammates, traded for him. You know, I like to think I was a big part of why he's here, along with my buddy Andrew Miller. But just one of the premier right-handed hitters in the history of our game. He was one of my favorites, and extremely happy for what Miggy's been able to do in the game. I mean, let's look at this right here. Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Eddie Murray, Rafael Palmeiro, Albert Pujols, and Alex Rodriguez. 7 guys, 500 and 3,000. I mean, that is impressive, man. All the amazing players that have came through this game, and you know, that's cementing yourself in history for a long time right there.
Could happen this series. All 3 games on yes tonight, tomorrow night, and then Thursday afternoon. And it's 3-0 on Cabrera. Here's the trade. Cameron off to the Marlins as part of the prize package for Cabrera and Willis. I mean, Tigers fans, you had a few stints here, but they really, that's reason enough to be grateful for you, man. You're part of the reason they got Miggy here.
You know, the fact that I was able to come back and play with a guy, yeah. I thought that was the coolest thing about the whole thing.
Cabrera swings and misses. 3 times Cameron was a Tiger.
I tell you what, you know, in 2018, though, this guy was so incredible for my career. I mean, every day he would take me to the cage, and you know, he said, "Poppy, I love your swing." You know, we got a really similar swing, which I definitely didn't agree with at the time.
Well, now he's just 4 hits away. Miguel Cabrera delights the crowd with career hit number 2,996.
Just another step closer. Miggy, talking about a professional hitter. I mean, this is a la Miggy. Base hits up the middle, letting the ball travel. He's just so much fun to watch. I
mean, big smile from Miguel Cabrera. Little hug from Anthony Rizzo. Cabrera leads off the second with a single and is now just 4 hits away from 3,000. As Spencer Torkelson takes a strike.
Oh, look at that. Back to that breaking ball, curveball. Miggy doing an outstanding job. Stand up the middle, not trying to do too much. I had a conversation with him earlier.
Torkelson lines it to third.
And he just talked about being a pure hitter, a professional hitter, using the whole field. And this is a guy with 3,000 hits, and you wonder, how do you come up on 3,000 hits? Well, that's why. Just taking your hits, taking what the pitcher gives you, not trying to do too much, and his approach always being in the middle of this ball field. You know, playing with him, he was always talking about middle of the ball field, middle of the baseball field. Look at that. Staying behind the ball, firm front side, just doing what he's always done. He'll be able to hit till he doesn't want to hit anymore.
I'm curious, too, Cam, about that conversation you were saying you had with him taking you to the cage, because that happens in 2018. And then you have a great 2019 season. I mean, was some of that from what you worked on with Miggy in 2018? Absolutely.
You know, he would bring me to the cage and he would say, hey, Hermano, me and you, we got a similar swing. You know, I'm just 270 and you're 210. He goes, you know, mine are doubles and homers and yours are just singles. So, I mean, it was cool, though. My job was to get on for him and score runs in front of him. So I loved every second that I was able to spend with him. I mean, he is the epitome of what it is to play a kid's game. You know, it's a grown man playing a child's game, and he exudes it each and every day he's out here.
I like the phrase that Aaron Boone used before the game, talking about Miguel Cabrera, who Boone also got to play with him. And he said he's a first ballot all-timer.
Absolutely. I love that. He is, man. There's not too many guys that I can say were better teammates than Miguel Cabrera. And that's coming from a superstar. Every superstar, you know, isn't that guy. I'm just being honest. A lot of good ones in our game, but he's special, man. He's one of the special ones in this game.
What is it? What is it that made him such a great teammate, such a special teammate?
Well, for one, we're all human. So you wake up some days and you just don't feel like being around people. You just don't want to put that smile on your face and be open and allow people in. But every day, I mean, Miggy's the guy. He's play wrestling with the guys. He's talking to guys about hitting the game. He's just always keeping the group loose, man. And when you have a guy like that who comes in every day, and I tell him, he's a fastball. He's a four-seam fastball. Mariano Rivera, one pitch. I always tell him, you're no cambio. He never changes, you know. So he's one pitch. You know what guy you're going to get each and every day, and a pleasure to share the field with.
Cole walks Badu, and now the Tigers have first and second with one out. Tucker Barnhart coming up. Second walk of the game for Garrett Cole.
You see Garrett regrouping, and, you know, going back to what you said, him coming out and that last thing, trying to keep himself warm and keep his rhythm going. You know, you wonder if that long in-between stretch, you know, with the injury that happened, if it's affecting Garrett right now.
Well, we also know, I mean, he's made it very clear that he's very fickle with his routine, and someone who can be bothered perhaps by something like that.
We saw him on opening day. He was
yeah, more than bothered.
He was more than bothered on opening day. So we know Garrett is definitely a creature of habit, and when when his schedule routine gets off, you know, he's not a happy camper.
And then you're playing the mind game, right, of fighting yourself as you lament the circumstances.
Exactly.
Cole trying to gather himself here in the second. 38 pitches thus far. First and second, one out, the 1-1. That is inside, 2-1.
Another good pickup for this Detroit Tigers organization, Tucker Barnhart. Another veteran presence in that locker room.
Incredible defensive catcher. 2-2. And the Tigers reloaded in a strong way after promising returns last year, trying to make some noise with their offseason this year. We will not see their biggest signing, Javier Baez, who's out with a thumb injury. But many other moves made as well, as Higashioka, outstanding play to keep that in front on about a 48-footer from Cole.
Right there, you can tell the weather definitely having some type of effect. Garrett having no real grip, no real feel for that changeup right there. And the second ball we've seen absolutely buried way before it even had a chance to get into the plate. So again, like you said, hopefully he can regroup and calm himself down and get his tempo and rhythm back on track.
The payoff is tapped off the facing of the Yankee dugout. Still 3-2. Cabrera leads off second. Badu off first. Another 3-2. Ball 4. That's the second walk of the inning and the third of the game for Garrett Cole, as Higashioka is going to go out and chat with him. Let's take a look at tonight's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore, state-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. Javier Baez signed a 6-year, $140 million deal this offseason, the largest Detroit had given since Prince Fielder. His first 5 games was off to a good start. .316 batting average, .876 OPS, but then placed on the 10-day IL with right thumb soreness. And so Willie Castro steps to the plate now, and he will man shortstop with Baez on the IL. It's a little conversation for Matt Blake. Bases loaded, 1 out. Cole delivers inside to Castro, 1-0. We saw Cole warming up in front of the Yankee dugout during that long delay in the top of the second, and he's not looked in command so far here in the bottom. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-1.
And that's a really good pitch by Garrett Cole, and that's where you want to stay against Willie Castro. Willie is a really good fastball hitter. Had an opportunity to play with him, a guy that came up in the Cleveland Indians organization. He can hit the heater.
Went off speed with a knuckle curve, and it's 1-2. All right, Cam, where are you going here if you're Cole?
I'm either going in with the heater just to get him off of that pitch, and then maybe back away with that slider or a changeup right here. But I'd be extremely careful with the heater, or in or up with the heater, down and off with the changeup.
All right. Bases loaded, 1 out. Cole ahead, 1-2. Pitch. Went up with the heater, and Castro just able to stay alive.
And that's a good spot, and that's what you want to do. You don't want to, groove this guy anything, but I love the way he's working, his fastball off his off-speed pitches, and he's giving these guys a steady mix to keep him off balance, and that's a great spot. Let's see if he goes back up there again. I like that pitch again.
Another 1-2. That time went to the cutter, and it's fouled away.
I think it's impressive how much confidence, to just to have developed that pitch. I mean, to come out and really trust it. It's impressive that, how quick of a feel that he was able to get with that pitch clearly this offseason.
Another 1-2. And Castro spoils another. Cole about to throw his 50th pitch. We are in the bottom of the second inning. The Tigers have already used 3 pitchers on a chilly, windy night in Detroit. Another 1-2. Nice job by Castro staying alive.
And if you're AJ Hinch, you like these. You like these at bats right here. You've got a couple pitchers go down early. Still the second inning. Guy up there making The Yankees, workhorse, really grind right now. So this is a good at-bat by Willie Castro.
Clark Schmidt starting to get loose in the Yankee pen. Cabrera at third, Badu at second, Barnhart at first. Another 1-2. One is down with 99. It's 2-2.
That was the 8th pitch of this at-bat. So the 9th one coming right here is quality at-bat by Castro.
The 2-2. Foul straight back. Good hack. We talked about Castro with the fastball. Took a good rip there. Still 2-2.
Yeah, one thing he does is rarely come off that heater. You can see that right there. Willie, one thing he's looking for is that heater up in the zone. If it starts up, you can tell he's attacking that spot. And that's what you got to do as a hitter. Pick a spot out, and if it's in that zone, you attack.
Another 2-2 from Cole. Did he go? He did not. Castro works the count full. So the 10th pitch of the at-bat is ball 3, and the 11th coming up here from Garrett Cole. With the bases loaded, 1 out. Yankees leading 3-0. The payoff. Ball 4, Cole walks in a run. 3 straight walks from the Yankee ace. To the 7, 8, and 9 hitters in the Tigers lineup.
And that's a big at-bat by Castro. And again, going back to a hitter, having his eyes in the right spot. Watch Willie out of the hand, he spits on this pitch. He knew, not what I'm looking for, not in the area I'm looking for. And he shut down as early as anybody could shut down on that pitch. And just an outstanding at-bat by Castro.
Can Cole minimize the damage here? Back to the top of the order. The contact-oriented Robbie Grossman. That is in the dirt. 25 of Cole's 55 pitches have been balls thus far. Struck out the side in the first. Had a long delay in the top of the second after Garcia went down to injury, and has been erratic here in the bottom of the second. As Grossman fouls that straight back. The 1-1 in the dirt, blocked by Higashioka, and it's 2-1. Having a real tough time locating, and you can see Cole just laboring. The frustration is evident. Trying to navigate this bottom of the second. Base is still loaded. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. The 37th pitch of the inning coming. And it's outside for a ball.
And you can kind of see Garrett, his tempo, his rhythm is just not the same right now. He's working actually a little bit faster than he actually usually works. So I think he needs to slow down just a little bit, take a deep breath, and regather.
Another 3-2 is lifted in the air to left. Gallo waiting. Badu can run. Gallo makes the catch. Here's the throw home. It's up the line and cut off. A sacrifice fly from Grossman, and it's a 3-2 game.
And that's a good job by Garrett, regrouping, coming back and getting that out. You can see Joey trying to come up and make a good throw, but it goes back to what Aaron Boone said earlier in this cold weather. Sometimes tough to get a grip. You know, on a nice hot day, I think you might have a chance at Badu right there, but good job of knowing the elements right now.
So the Tigers have pushed 2 across in this inning. The only hit came from Miguel Cabrera. But 3 walks and a sac fly, and here's Meadows with first and second, 2 out. Strike 1.
Got to give Tigers hitters credit too. You know, some walks there, but some pitches spoiled to get to those walks. So,
yeah,
you know, they've done a good job of, again, having those team at-bats against a guy like Garrett Cole. You know, not being selfish, but making him work, and good things are happening for the Tigers right now in this inning.
So Austin Meadows, the 14 homers he has against the Yankees since 2019, the most in all of baseball against the Bombers over that time. Did that damage with the Rays, of course. This is first year since getting traded to the Tigers. 2-1.
Kind of lets you know what, you know, how well the Rays do in their scouting department. For them to let a guy like Austin Meadows go after what he was able to do his first few years, I think says a lot about what they believe in they have coming. Because this guy is a, you know, he's a fun athlete to watch play baseball.
Two and 2 on Meadows, first and second, 2 out. Cole. And time is called. I mentioned the numbers for Meadows. I mean, last year he hit 27 homers at 106 ribbies with Tampa, was an all-star in 2019. The 2-2. And another full count. It is 3-2 on Meadows. 43 pitches this inning for Garrett Cole. An astonishingly high number. Here's the 44th. Fouled straight back on a good swing from Meadows.
Clark Schmidt getting loose for the Yankees in the bullpen right now. Like you said, a lot of pitches for Garrett Cole, and clearly laboring a little bit out there right now.
Yeah, this is not going to be a long night. We know that, but can Cole limit the damage here in the second and get out of it with the Yankees still holding a lead? Runners will go with 3-2 and 2 out. Pitch. And another foul straight back. Another 3-2. Outside, ball 4. 4th walk of the inning from Cole, 5th of the game, and that will end his night. Garrett Cole ties his career high in walks. It happens in less than 2 innings of work. And so the Yankees will be forced to... Garrett Cole, 68 pitches, doesn't make it through the second inning. 5 walks, tying a career high. Meanwhile, the Tigers have used 3 different pitchers in 2 innings. They have also thrown 68 pitches, both 37 strikes thus far. Is there a full moon out tonight, Cameron? It already feels that way, doesn't it? You see the bullpen budget yesterday. Cam talked about it in his scouting report. Much needed day off. Yankee bullpen would figure to have many of their arms available tonight. Maybe the Yankees would stay away from Loaiza or Green, maybe King, but they should have most of that deep pen at their disposal.
Well, we talked about a much-needed day off for the bullpen, and here they are in this game. So we'll see if that day off really helped, because here they are right back out here before they were really expecting anything like this to happen.
Clark Schmidt deals ball 1 to Jonathan Schoop. So the Yankees had a 3-0 lead. Their ace on the hill after a long delay. In the top of the second, we saw Cole come out, throw in front of the dugout, and then he walks 4 in the bottom of the second. As Schoop takes strike 1.
It's quickly turned into a bullpen game.
Yeah.
Quickly.
Quickly?
Very. I mean, A.J. Hinch sitting there going, and what are we going to do? And now here Booney is in the same boat.
Quickly yet slowly turned into a bullpen
Yeah,
game.
excuse me. Slowly turned into a bullpen game.
Schoop went around. It's 1-2. Aaron Boone and A.J. Hinch will be chest battling the rest of the way. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. That's a nice job from Clark Schmidt. Striking out Schoop, leaving the bases loaded and preserving a 3-2 lead. From Garrett Cole in that second inning.
Yeah, just not himself. After that long layoff in between innings when Ronnie Garcia got hurt, you could just see Garrett Cole coming back out, laboring. Just couldn't find his rhythm. And again, a career high in walks. You can see the body language, just not feeling it, extremely frustrated. I know he is not, not happy with what went on today, especially after getting some run support, which has been tough to come by. Another rough outing for the Yankees ace.
So a 3-2 Yankee lead, top of the third inning, as Clark Schmidt, wonderful job striking out Jonathan Schoop, stranding the bases loaded and keeping the Yankees in front. Here's Giancarlo Stanton, struck out his first time up. As Vest deals a breaking ball strike, 0-1. It's called strike 2, just off the outside corner. By the way, that inning for Cole was a new career high for pitches in an inning, 46. Stanton went around. He's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
See if he went around. It's a tough one. Not quite sure, borderline, but great pitch by Vest to get G out front. It's a big out.
Second major league season for Will Vest. Spent last year with Seattle. Was taken by the Mariners in the 2020 Rule 5 draft and then returned to the Tigers last July. LeMahieu, good rip. 1-1.
You never want to be in the bullpen this early in the game, but Tigers bullpen, just like the Yankees bullpen, have started off this season pretty well, combining for a 2.97 bullpen ERA. So these guys aren't afraid, and they've got some good arms on the IL too, along with Andrew Chafin and Kyle Funkhauser, some guys that they really rely on in the bullpen. So kudos to the Tigers bullpen so far. So early in this season, doing a good job to give their ball club a chance to win games.
Second season with Chris Fetter as their pitching coach. 2-2 on LeMahieu. Donaldson, who had the consequential pop-up in the first, is on deck. Sort of feel like that's going to be a forgotten footnote by the time we reach the end of this game.
Forgot about it already. So it very well could be a lot of baseball left to be played in this one. So I wonder if Donaldson remembers it already.
Yeah, it's had a strange feel on a frigid night. The 2-2. LeMahieu punches that foul to stay alive. This was in the first. And Alexander's about to get out of the inning and drops the pop-up. 2 runs scored. Gave the Yankees a 2-0 lead. The crazy thing about it is you see Alexander looking so nonchalant. It looked like it was Barnhart's play the whole time. Then all of a sudden just almost landed in Alexander's glove.
Yeah, he looked nonchalant about that play, but I think he really... Ooh.
Nearly a collision out there in right center as the catch is made.
He had no inclination that that ball was going to come to him. And
yeah.
It just kind of fell in his lap. So that's why it looked so nonchalant. I don't think Alexander was really, trying to take that play off, but I just didn't think he had a chance on it, ending up in his lap like it did.
Here's the man who hit it, Josh Donaldson.
Prior to that bat, Josh has really had some better at-bats. Towards the end of the series in Baltimore, he was really swinging the bat really well and hitting some things hard. So hopefully that's a sign that he's getting closer. When I talked to him, he looked me in my face and said, "I'm getting closer. I'm getting there. I feel it." And I looked back at him and said, "I trust you, big fella." So let's hope he's feeling better and getting closer and closer to where he wants to be.
0-2 on Donaldson. Peralta getting going in the Tiger pen. The 0-2. Strike 3, got him looking. That's a sharp inning from Will Vest. We go to the bottom of the third. Yankees 3, Tigers 2.
To Yankee Stadium, buy and manage game tickets, unlock offers, access exclusive content, and much, much more. Download the MLB Ballpark app today. Ryan, you're back in the booth.
I am. It's a convenient location here, Meredith. I have to say, your scouting report earlier today was on the money. You said the wind would be a factor. We've already seen it multiple times.
We have indeed, and you can see it's still whipping out there in center field. It can't be fun to play in this temperature and this wind, but hey, everybody's dealing with it, Ryan, so it's not like it's one-sided. And when I was speaking to Clay Holmes earlier today, he said he's just praying that he can get a grip on that baseball, but then added, I know hitters don't like it any more than we like it. If you foul one off or you hit something funny, it probably makes you want to quit the game on a day like today.
I think that youngster has the right wardrobe there.
That would be me out there.
Extra bundled up, jersey over it, as Clark Schmidt gets the start of the bottom of the third and deals a strike. All right, Cameron, Meredith and I examining the weather. How about for you? Playing in these temperatures, what was the thing that stood out most to you or was the most difficult to deal with?
I hate the cold weather, Ryan. So everything was hard for me. I was a guy who I tried to spend as much time up in the clubhouse as I could in between innings, in my locker, trying to stay warm. I was bundled up 2 or 3 layers. I was a guy who I didn't care if I was too restricted. I just wanted to be warm. So kudos to the guys like Stanton out here with no sleeves on and guys out here pitching and Alexander coming out pitching in no sleeves. Not my style.
Schmidt fans Candelario, and that sends up Miguel Cabrera, who started the second inning damage with a single, eventually came around to score. He is now just 4 hits shy of 3,000. And Schmidt has been sharp.
See Miggy looking back going, you do realize I'm 4 hits away from 3,000. He calling those pitches strikes. He's fun to watch.
The 0-1. And it's 1-1.
The one thing about these cold nights, though, Ryan, is it really made me shrink my zone. You know, I told myself, if I can't hit something on the barrel, I really did not want to swing. So definitely made me shrink the zone a lot and lock in on one spot, one pitch.
Covering the bases with Miguel Cabrera. Signed as a shortstop by the Marlins in 1999. Chemistry and physics, his favorite subjects in school, and was offered a pro volleyball contract in Switzerland. How about that?
That was the young Miggy. That was the shortstop. That was the shortstop for the Marlins Miggy right there. That was the guy that I used to go watch down in Miami.
Schmidt hits Cabrera, and the crowd is not amused as Cabrera will head down to first.
I think that one just got away from Schmidt a little bit. Definitely not intentional. Again, like Meredith said, an extremely cold night. Tough to get a grip, tough to find your release, and you know, definitely wasn't intentional. But those never feel good, especially on nights like tonight.
Off the gut.
And you can see Schmidt, not intentional.
Here's Spencer Torkelson. One of the top prospects in all of baseball. The first pick back in 2020.
A.J. Hinch called him the future first baseman of the Tigers, and you know, even Miggy has you know, graciously, you know, bowed down and say that's all you, my friend. So he's more than happy to do some DHing, and I think the Tigers are going to have a good first baseman for years to come in Spencer Torkelson.
Last year, he went just roaring through the minors. A, AA, AAA, hit them all, and had 30 home runs, had an OPS of 935 when you add up the numbers and average them out over those 3 levels. The Arizona State star. Went around there, and it's 2-2. Top 5 prospects in all of baseball, according to Baseball America. Riley Green, who is injured, and then Spencer Torkelson. Tigers with 2 of the top 5, not bad. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Schmidt. His 3rd in 4 batters faced.
Let me tell you something about Riley Green, my friend. That kid is going to be absolutely phenomenal to watch at the big league level for years. You know, he reminds me, the guy he reminds me of is a left-handed hitting George Springer.
Wow.
I mean, incredible athleticism. I mean, out of this world power. I mean, that kid is, he is a fun one to watch, and he'll be great for the game of baseball for years to come.
He hurt his foot fouling a pitch off of it when facing Garrett Cole in spring training. Otherwise, we'd be seeing him tonight. He was the 5th overall pick back in 2019. Badu walked in the 2nd, came around to score. Sharp start for Clark Schmidt.
Do well in Baltimore too, man. Clark has some really electric stuff. Nothing straight, side to side. And a lot of confidence in this young pitcher, young reliever. He's got some talent.
Gets the call there. Higgy has been doing a wonderful job selling the low strike tonight.
And look at Higgy right here. I mean, this is what he's known for, his defense. You know, Trevino, another outstanding framer. So they've got two above average catchers who can really control this game.
Tapped weakly over the mound. Donaldson has no play. Everybody's safe. And it'll be first and second with 2 out after the infield single from Baddoo.
And Baddoo really couldn't have rolled this one out there any better. The shift on, hits the mound, caroms to the left, like kill a above average runner, and no play for Donaldson at first. But more in between swings and soft contacts for Clark Schmidt. I mean, that's all you can really ask for out of your pitchers.
First and second, 2 out. Here's Barnhart, who walked in that lengthy second inning, where Cole threw a career high for an inning, 46 pitches, issued a career high for an inning, 4 walks, and tied a career high for a game with 5 walks. Lasted just an inning and 2/3. Schmidt came in, struck out Scope to strand the bases loaded. Now working here in the third, 1-1. Two and one. And it's 3-1 on Barnhart. Cabrera leads off second. Baddoo off first. First game of a 3-game set in Detroit. The temperature slated to steadily rise over these 3 days. Beautiful Michigan sky on a chilly evening as that one catches the outside corner for strike 2. (3-2), 2 out, so the runners will be off on the delivery from Schmidt. Strike 3. Big K there from Schmidt. His 4th strikeout in an inning and a third as he strands 2. We go to the 4th, 3-2 Yankees. Means trivia. Since 1980, 5 pitchers have won Rookie of the Year and appeared in a World Series in the same season. Who are they? All right, Cam. We got a little time to try and come up with that. 5 pitchers, Rookie of the Year, and appeared in a World Series same season since 1980. Peralta will be the 4th pitcher of the night for the Tigers. Audi scoreboard, Yankees 3, Tigers 2. Humans bundled. Nestor coming off his incredible outing in Baltimore.
No more Nasty Nestor, Immaculate Nestor.
I heard you changed the nickname.
He's a bad man, Hialeah's finest. I told Meredith it's the mustache for me. Something about the stash.
Gallo fouls that away. I mean, Nestor Cortez has pitched like a top of the rotation starter from basically when he entered the starting rotation last year through the start of this year.
I mean, you can argue he's the Yankees' best pitcher right now.
That's how good he's been.
I don't even know if you can argue it.
Yeah. See what he did in Baltimore. The 0-2 from Willie Peralta. On the corner, strike three. A delayed call, but looked like the right one. And Gallo strikes out for the second time tonight.
Yep, delayed call, but you were right. Right on the corner, right on the edge. And when you're scuffling, when you're struggling, that's what it feels like up there. It feels like everything goes the opponent's way, and you're fighting for life to just stay afloat. So it's still early. Joey's got to continue to stay confident and continue to believe that he'll be right where he always is at the end of the season.
Here's Kiner Falefa. Takes a strike. Kiner Falefa walked in the second, stole the base, came around to score on the sac fly from Aaron Hicks. 0-2. Peralta in his 10th major league season. His spring training was delayed because of visa issues. Last year actually made 18 starts with Detroit, but building up in relief thanks to that delay in spring training. Has a fantastic split change.
We just saw it right there to see if he doubles up with that pitch. It is right there. I mean, the bottom just falls out of that thing. I mean, that is a good pitch, great arm action. And that's what really makes that pitch so difficult. It's the arm action. It's the arm speed. Watch this. It comes out. He throws it just like his fastball. Same arm speed, same motion, and that's what makes that pitch so difficult.
The 2-2. Fought off. On one hop. Fielded by Scope. The throw not in time, not scooped. And Kiner Falefa reaches with one out in the fourth. And they will give Kiner Falefa an infield single.
And I know this sounds so cliche, but there's a lot of hits to the right side of the baseball field. I mean, you see right there, not hit the hardest, but just a great spot, way to stay through that. Good hitters get jammed, and you see that right there. When they get jammed, it still allows you a chance to get a hit. You know, when you roll over balls, it's tough, but when you stay through the baseball like that, it always gives you an opportunity to maybe find a hit, and you see Kiner gets a hit right there.
Here's Kyle Higashioka, struck out his first time up and waves and misses 0-1.
We've seen Higashioka try to get it going, but you know, while he's staying at it, putting his work in, Trevino's been doing an outstanding job providing a spark for these Yankees.
Kiner Falefa goes, throw down, not in time. Second stolen base of the night for IKF.
And that's a great job. That's a great read right there by IKF. I would love to see him get one more step on his lead, but an outstanding jump, making something happen. Slight peek to see where the ball is. Outstanding job by IKF, making things happen. Continuing to start in his role as a Yankee, knowing what he does well, and today we're starting to see him put those things into play.
Right. Tough start out of the gates for Kiner Falefa, but early in his Yankee tenure, as Higashioka takes a ball that looked close, and it's 2-1. Let's go Yankees chants being met with boos at Comerica as Higashioka tops that to the right side. Ranging wide is Torkelson. He goes on to Peralta for the out, and moving to third is Kiner Falefa, 2 down. Fifth career game for Kiner Falefa with multiple stolen bases. And here is Aaron Hicks. I think you might be Hicksy's good luck charm, huh?
No, I think I'm giving it all him. You know, he put in the work this offseason. You know, we spoke to him seriously though about the work that he put in going to the DR, playing in that league, and you know, I give him a lot of credit because guys that sign big deals, you don't see that often. Not from the American players. American players that sign big deal, they usually, you know, stay back, get their work in. You know, trying to figure out what they want to work on. But the fact that he went out there after, you know, being injured and wanted to get some reps and get better, you know, I think it says a lot about his dedication, his passion, and you know, how he wants to get back to helping his team win ball games.
Hicks is going to get time called. It was interesting, Cam. CC and I had Aaron on R2C2 a few weeks ago, and towards the end, we were just kind of casually asking about his golf game, and he was like, "No, I'm not talking any golf right now." And
from him coming from, if people don't know, coming from Aaron Hicks, that says a lot because he loves golf, and he's pretty darn good at it too. So that's the thing. He's a guy who, you know, if this didn't work out, he might have a career in golf. You know, so
he's a scratch golfer, and I thought it was interesting because, and it wasn't in any, you know, it was a very polite way of doing it, but it was a way of saying, like, I'm locked in. There certainly seemed to be a fire of something to prove, knowing that, you know, there's something to bounce back from for Hicks, and wanting to provide the production we've seen in the past, and making that a singular focus as Hicks takes that just at the bottom of the zone, and it's 2-2. Yankees 3, Tigers 2, top of the fourth. Kiner Falefa leads off third, 2-2 on Hicks, with a big gaping hole between third and second. There's that split change. It is filthy and just misses 3-2.
It is dirty. I mean, and it does something different every time. One time it'll fall out of the bottom of the zone. That one had a little cut at the end of it, you know. So that's a devastating pitch from Peralta right there, and a great take by Aaron Hicks of laying off of that and not allowing the umpire to get in the back of his head.
Hicks laces that foul.
Peralta's made a good living off that split change in this league.
Milwaukee, Kansas City, and Detroit. The payoff in the dirt, ball 4, as Hicks draws the walk, and that'll set the stage for Aaron Judge with runners on the corners and 2 down.
Another good at bat by Aaron Hicks. Can't say enough. That's what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter, your table setter. Making guys work, whether it's a starter, whether it's a reliever, and staying on base. I mean, he has been a fixture on base since he's been back in that leadoff spot.
So here is Judge. Whistled a single up the middle his last time up. First and third, 2 out. And 1-0 on Aaron Judge. The starters are long gone from this game. Alexander for the Tigers, Garrett Cole for the Yankees. The 1-0. Called a strike, just at that bottom outside corner, and it's 1-1. Big hole on the right side of the infield. Scope pinched towards second. 1-2.
And there's that splitty. See if he goes back and tries to finish Aaron off with that pitch. And we know he loves it a lot. He's seen a slider already, and let's see what Peralta goes with here. Big at bat for Aaron.
Peralta will step off. The 1-2. Did Judge go around? He did. Strike three. As it looked like Judge was nearly hit by the pitch, but went around, and Peralta escapes the jam. At the end of 3.5, it's 3-2 Yankees as Judge went too far. Since 1985, pitchers have won Rookie of the Year and appeared in a World Series in the same season. Who are they? Any guesses, Cam?
I only had one in my head. He was one of my favorite young black pitchers to watch growing up. Leg kick to the sky, big lefty, D-Train. It's the one that came to my head.
Dontrell Willis is indeed one of the answers. Fernando Valenzuela, Dave Righetti, Justin Verlander, and Neftali Feliz. That ball is rifled into right. Judge on to make the catch. One down.
I should have knew Verlander was on there too. JV's probably kicking me for that one, my old teammate.
You know, we saw Judge just running in to make that catch. How about Judge wearing the quarterback like hand warmer around the waist?
I'm seeing that around the league. I wish that was around when I was playing. I mean, a few months back, but it's kind of weird to say just a few months back, but all I had was the good old hot breath to get everything going. So I wasn't as lucky. The game is changing, man.
I kind of like the look of it too.
I love it. Keep your guys warm.
Kyle Higashioka was talking about it with me before the game, and he was debating wearing it. He's like, I don't know if I can. I feel like I need to be tougher than it. I don't know if I can wear it. I'm like, you're frozen behind the plate for how many innings? You can wear the hand warmer. It's okay.
That good old male ego, huh?
That's right. That's exactly what it was.
I'll tell you right now, if I was out there, I want everything I can get.
Yeah.
I want a beanie. I want the quarterback, hand warmer. I'm with Josh Donaldson. I ain't trying to hide it or be too tough for anybody around here in these type of conditions.
I think Gallo's got it going on in left field too now, right? So Judge and Gallo, LeMahieu's got it behind him, whereas Gallo and Judge both have it in front of them.
Then again, it's to each his own. If my feet are okay and my ears are okay, I was fine.
Yeah, your hands were.
I was okay with the hands.
All right, interesting. That's hit hard and through into right field, a base hit for Robbie Grossman at the top of the Tigers order. So one on with one out.
Nice swing by Robbie there. Sure, that feels good to see something fine grass. Not quite the start that he wants, but they're confident. They know what they'll get out of Robbie Grossman. He's a he's a professional. He knows what he's doing out here on this baseball field. Nice swing by him.
Here's Austin Meadows. Walked in the second, struck out in the first. Takes strike one here in the fourth. It was interesting hearing Clark Schmidt talk in the lead up to the season about how he doesn't want to be a prospect anymore. He's ready to move on to that next stage and just be a contributor to this team. The confidence that he was ready to do so. So far, he certainly has looked ready. Giving the Yankees quality thus far tonight after coming in for Garrett Cole.
I mean, he's giving them some quality and some length, some much needed length. Even after a day off, you know, to lose Garrett after just a couple innings, you could be right back in the situation that you just left off in. So the length that he's giving is just as important as the quality that he's putting out there as well.
You know, it was interesting too, Cam, because he said if he didn't have the elbow injury that he had last year, he may not have cleaned up certain things as far as where he is mechanically. So he said in some senses it was a blessing in that regard.
Absolutely. It helped him move more efficiently, and that's what you want. You know, sometimes you can get by with just stuff, but, you know, at the end of the day, you want to be mechanically sound when you're out there, because that's when you're going to be at your best and be able to repeat and have success. So that definitely makes sense. I remember quite a few times where I felt like I was the strongest I had ever been was after an injury. You know, you rehab and you do so much and you touch on so many little muscles and so many little things that you were not aware of. So it definitely makes sense that he feels, you know, even better with his mechanics and his stuff now moving forward. So
Grossman leads off first, 1 out, 2-1 count on Meadows. Yankees 3, Tigers 2, and that's ball 3. Meredith, I know you spent time talking with Clark.
One thing that he mentioned throughout the spring is that he really wanted to make a focus on being aggressive and attacking hitters this year. He felt as though in the past maybe he was trying to nibble a little bit too much, not trust his stuff. He said he has the utmost confidence now that he can get major league hitters out, and that was a big step forward for him. Even just making the opening day roster, he said he could finally get comfortable, felt as though he could relax a little bit, whereas before he never really felt like he could relax and get comfortable. He didn't know how long he was going to be up here. So he seems to be at a much better space this year. And Aaron Boone has certainly gained a lot more confidence in Clark Schmidt and his stuff as he walks one here in the fourth inning.
You know, it's interesting, Meredith, and that's probably, to your point, that's probably the first hitter, Cam, that we've seen Clark maybe look like he was pitching a little carefully to and not just attacking and being aggressive with.
And I can understand that too. Austin Meadows is swinging a pretty good bat for the Tigers right now, so understandably so. You know, that was a good pitch right there that I think might have got missed as well. Yeah. So he's doing what he does, and that's pounding the strike zone.
Now he's going to face Jonathan Schoop here. Schoop faced Schmidt with the bases loaded in the second, and Schmidt struck him out the first batter he faced to strand 3. That's broken back, grounder to the left side. Donaldson cuts it off, goes to second the short way for the out. 2 down as Grossman advances to third and Schoop safe at first.
Thought they had a chance at a double play right here, but you can see IKF and Donaldson kind of get caught in between on who's going to take this ball. So Donaldson goes ahead and takes it, and they're only able to get 1 out. It's one of those tough in-between balls, bat breaks, and you just got to find a way to get an out.
I got to tell you, Cam, I think the Yankees are lucky Donaldson cut that off. If that ball gets to Kiner Falefa, I'm not sure he has a play anywhere.
Yeah, I think everybody's safe. You're absolutely right, because he barely got it there. Let's take a look. That's such a close play. Great job by Meadows busting his butt to second base. So you're absolutely right. They might not have had a play at second. Everybody could have had the potential to be safe right there.
Candelario, did he go around? He did. 0-1. 40 pitches thus far for Schmidt. Trying to wiggle his way through the bottom of the fourth. Came on in relief of Cole with 2 outs in the second. after Cole threw 46 pitches in the frame. Swing and a tip, and it's 0-2 on Candelario.
I mean, that is a really good knuckle curve.
Yeah.
I mean, that is 12-6 as it gets. I mean, starting at the top of the zone and literally falling all the way to the bottom. Look at this breaking ball. Starts out belt high and absolutely disappears. That's a devastating out pitch by Schmidt.
The 0-2. Check swing. No! Yes. It was fouled off. Both runners took off as if it had just hit the glove of Higashioka, but it went off the bat of Candelario.
Actually backed up on Schmidt a little bit and tied Candelario up. He was able to just get a piece.
And are they trying to say maybe this
Catcher's interference?
Yeah,
maybe.
that's what I'm wondering. I think it may have just hit the bat and then the glove, rather than the bat hitting the glove. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. How about Clark Schmidt? His 5th strikeout as he strands 2 in the 4th. All right, Bob, thank you very much. As Anthony Rizzo leads off the 5th, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 in the Yankees order. Another inning of work for Peralta. What a job by Clark Schmidt navigating that bottom of the 4th. As Rizzo taps it right back to the mound and is retired, 1 down. Going around the majors, how about Suzuki? A .429 batting average, an OPS of near 1,500 in his first 10 games with the Cubs. Freddie Freeman, a homer last night in his first at bat against the Braves, and Yordan Alvarez, 2 homers, 4 ribbies in his return from the IL. Here is Stanton. Ball 1. Stan struck out his first 2 times up. One and 1.
Talking about milestones and, you know, Miggy being 4 hits away from 3,000. Well, Stanton only needing 1 homer for his 350th in his career. So still waiting on that one.
Forecasting there? Throwing it out into the ether?
I'm trying to throw out that good juju right now.
Hey, you're 2 for 2 tonight.
Let's go 3 for 3. It'd be sweet.
All right.
Batting 1,000 would be lovely.
And your first road trip? How about that? 2 and 2.
The way Peralta's got that split change working, though, it may be somewhat of a challenge right now. He's doing an outstanding job of mixing his pitches up, you know, hitting different quadrants of the zone. He's doing a good job right now.
The 2-2. And it's full on Stanton. Peralta steps off. Through the first 4 innings, this game saw 215 pitches. Each team threw more than 100 pitches through the first 4 innings. As Stanton absolutely whistles that up the middle, and a base hit for Giancarlo Stanton.
I love that approach by Big G. hitting an absolute rocket up the middle. He's fun to watch him hit baseballs. I mean, there's not too many guys in this league that hits balls harder than Stanton does, and it's just another one added to his list. 103.8 miles per hour with that exit velocity.
It's been interesting tonight, Cam. You talked about the middle approach, and while there haven't been many hits tonight, Hicks single up the middle, Judge single up the middle, Stanton single up the middle.
You know, before they started all these drastic shifts, you know, I had a really amazing hitting coach. Alonzo Powell used to tell me, Cam, you know, base hits up the middle fix every situation. It gets a guy over, it gets a guy in, it gets you a hit. It's a tough play for both infielders. But now with these shifts, you know, it's a little bit tougher, but the point is that approach still works well.
LeMahieu rockets that to third. Catch made. Stanton back. Unlucky for DJ LeMahieu, who hit it on the nose, but right at Candelario.
It was a nice piece of hitting by DJ and a nice play by Candy.
And I believe that is going to do it for Peralta. So the Tigers, or will they? No, okay, pitching coach out, not A.J. Hinch. So just a conference of the mound here with how they're going to deal with Donaldson.
Got Gallo on deck. I'm sure this is a conversation of, you know, we've got somebody warming up, so let's not give in right here, you know, and make this guy see if he'll chase. I'm sure we'll see a steady diet of splitters and change-ups right here to Josh, and I'm sure they'll try to see if he can get himself out this at-bat.
Donaldson reached on an error that scored 2 when Alexander dropped a pop-up with bases loaded in the first, and then struck out looking. And he takes ball 1. By the way, Cam, in case you were wondering, well, okay, it's 215 pitches through 4. That seems like a lot, but give me some context. Well, an average game has 300 pitches total. So we're on pace to shatter that. As Donaldson swings through it, 1-1. Donaldson did not go around. 2-1.
I mean, that is such a tough pitch to cover. It comes out of his hand looking like a fastball down, and then it just disappears. The bottom falls out of it. Peralta thought he had a swing right there. He may have. It was a really good pitch, but Donaldson gets some help from the first base umpire.
The 2-1. And it's 3-1 on Donaldson, with Joey Gallo waiting on deck. That's ball 4 as Donaldson works the walk. And now that will end the night for Peralta. So Hinch will come and grab his reliever. Tigers will go back to the bullpen. And Joey Gallo will hit with first and second and 2 out in the top of the 5th inning of a 3-2 Yankee lead. This is brought to you in part by Cadillac. Gravitate to greatness and visit your your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. And buy the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. The Yankees threatening to add to a 3-2 lead, top of the 5th inning, and Jacob Barnes, the new pitcher for the Tigers, with Stanton at second and Donaldson at first. Here's Joey Gallo. Yankees have had at least 2 base runners in all but 1 inning tonight. Gallo has struck out twice. Still looking for his first RBI of the season. Want to know? See the exaggerated shift for Gallo with Scope out in shallow right.
I had a brief opportunity to play with Barnes last year. He pitched 19 games for the Mets, so another one of my former teammates out on the field.
It's like a family reunion for you tonight.
It seems like every trip.
Any lasting impressions from your brief encounter with Barnes?
He was really inquisitive, extremely inquisitive guy. You know, wanted to pick the hitter's brains and see what we were thinking. I didn't want to give him too much in case I was going to be on another team later in the year, like I came accustomed to later in my career. So I didn't give him too much, but all in all, good teammate, good guy.
The 2-0. Gallo pops it up mile high behind the plate and into the seats. I mean, that dynamic does exist, right, Cam? Where even on your own team, hitters and pitchers can be a little careful with what to reveal.
I think so. I think you have to know who you're talking to. You know, is this a journeyman? Is this a guy who's been around? Or, you know, if this is a guy who may be here for a minute and I'm here for a minute, maybe we can talk a little bit more in depth about what we like to do to each other. But, you know, some of these guys who have bounced around, you know, you want to be careful what you give them. You don't want to give them too much. The only time I would try to help an opposing or a fellow teammate pitcher was if he had a tip.
2-2. So if you saw him actually tipping pitches.
Yeah, I never wanted my, my guy, one of my guys on my team to just, go out there and not have an idea if he was giving something away. So I would usually tell a guy if he was tipping or doing something that the hitters were catching on to.
Two on, 2 out, 2-2 count. Gallo waves and misses. Third strikeout of the night for Joey Gallo, who still does not have an RBI on the season. Audi Electric Moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today. Miguel Cabrera, 20 years old, facing 40-year-old Roger Clemens in the World Series. Up and in. Miggy says, all right, I see you, and bang. Goes the opposite way. One of those tone-setting moments of the 2003 World Series as Cabrera helped guide the Marlins to their second title. And Cabrera 4 hits shy of 3,000. He singled in the second, was hit by a pitch in the third. Clark Schmidt's still out there for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, 0-1. Clemens is in your book, right?
Something me and my buddy Miggy have in common, Both got a little bragging rights on the Rocket. his was a little bit more high leverage in the World Series. You know, first World Series homer for Miggy, and mine was my first career homer.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, first career home run against Clemens is pretty good, Cam.
Old Yankee Stadium, not bad. I remember Craig Monroe telling me, go to the black. Just think black. I'm like, what does that mean? And you get to the old Yankee Stadium and you look out there in the center and it's all tarped off in black. He said, that's where you need to focus. That's your approach. And sure enough, I closed my eyes and swung hard and was able to do a little damage.
The 1-2, just tap foul. Schmidt getting stretched out here. 46 pitches. Here's the home run. First, a base hit to right off Rocket.
Hit and run.
And then, bam. Yeah, you found the black.
Found the black.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Schmidt with his 6th strikeout in what's been a dazzling relief effort thus far from Clark Schmidt.
I mean, in this pitch right here, this slider coming off of the one before was just outstanding. I mean, 2 great locations. Miggy did a good job on the pitch before by fouling it off and giving himself another chance, but this one, Hall of Famer, sorry, but no chance. Clark Schmidt continuing to deal out here for the Yankees.
Gets the call there, as Higashioka has been selling the low strike all night. Wandy Peralta in the pen. That's something the Yankees baseball operations analytics department really values, is the ability to, steal those low strikes. And it's part of the value of Kyle Higashioka. It's part of the value of Trevino, and you're seeing it tonight several times with Higgy. As that's lifted in the air to center. Hicks started back, now jogs in. 2 down.
With the conversation of this automatic strike zone possibly coming into play, I feel for my defensive catchers. That's something that that keeps their value very high in this league. Being able to steal strikes. Yasmani Grandal, becoming one of the best in the league at doing that. Watch how his defensive game has matured over his career. So I like to see the human element stay in the game a little bit, but we'll see what happens.
A changeup for strike 1. Just great pace, rhythm from Schmidt. Seizing his opportunity in the big leagues here. The 0-1. Swing and a miss.
I mean, he is in his Birkin right now. Big time. Whatever he wants, changeup, slider, heater. I mean, his tempo, his rhythm, you can just tell he's really feeling it out here right now. It's fun to watch from a young pitcher. Young stud, Clark Schmidt.
Looped into center. How about Clark Schmidt? Absolutely tremendous evening out of the pen for the young Yankee. We go to the 6th. Stadium on Friday, April 22nd, when the Yankees host the Cleveland Guardians for a great promotional giveaway. It's Yankees lightweight hoodie night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance will receive a Yankees lightweight hoodie courtesy of Ford. You don't want to miss this great giveaway, so get your tickets today at yankees.com/tickets. Use all the layers you can get tonight on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Yankees 3, Tigers 2, top of the 6th on a bitter night in Detroit. It's down to 41 degrees, feels much colder than that. Winds up to 19 miles an hour as Kiner Falefa takes strike 1. Yeah, have to get creative with scarves this evening. Eight, 9, and 1 for the Yankees here in the top of the 6th. I saw you went to the jacket early, Cam.
I did. I told you, I'm a notoriously cold person. I don't like it. You know, me and Meredith spoke about it earlier. I said 45, 50. Meredith said 60, but I don't take too well to the cold, man. I had to go to my jacket. All the styling is out the window now, man.
Oh, that's a stylish jacket, too. Kiner Falefa fouls it straight back. No, I noticed, you know, this is our first game working together. We've been friends for a while, but I noticed, I was like, wow, you know, Cam really works the clubhouse. He's talking to everyone, does his homework, goes into both clubhouses. This is incredible. And I was like, he's soaking up so much. I'm seeing you have a million conversations, and then I'm out on the field. And I'm like, wait, where'd he go? Where'd he go? I get up here, and you're like, no, I put that work in early, so I didn't have to be on the field at BP.
Then you got that text saying, I'll be up here waiting for you for the open.
Kiner Falefa pops that up down the right field line, and catch is not made. What else is new? Spencer Torkelson got there, but could not basket it home.
Just got a little cool at the end right here, you know. That's a tough play, not the easiest play, a long run for your first baseman, but 2 balls tonight, and I'm sure we'll have Spencer out here doing some early work, working on those fly balls in foul territory. When you're an infielder and you see things like that happen, you're just going, God, that's extra work in the morning. Tomorrow, I know we're going to have some extra work in 20-degree weather, so. Tough go right now for young Torkelson at first, but.
Kiner Falefa drives that down the right field line. Grossman into the corner, watches it tail into the seats, foul. Well, we've seen him not make 2 plays in foul ground that he was in position to do. And then, of course, there was the massive drop pop-up in the first inning. Yankees had bases loaded, 2 out, 3-2 count on Donaldson. Popped one up at home. It looked like Barnhart was going to make the catch. The wind blew it further into the field, and Alexander, the pitcher, was just standing there with his glove out. It nearly dropped into his glove, but he couldn't make the catch. And 2 runs scored, and those were the Yankees' first 2. 3-2 lead here. Kiner Falefa smacks that into center. Badu with plenty of room out there. 1 down. Hey, tomorrow night on Yes, the Yankees take on the Tigers in Game 2 of this 3-game set. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock with the pregame show. Then we're back with the call on Yes and streaming on the Yes app. First pitch scheduled for 6:40. Here's Higashioka. He rips that to left field, but right at Meadows. 2 down. There's Aaron Hicks.
Another nice day at the plate so far.
Yeah, your leadoff man.
That's him. On base percentage master.
Single.
He will find a way. He'll find a way on base. He'll find a way to have good at bats. He'll find a way to work counts, and that's what you want at the top. You want a guy like that who's going to put pressure from pitch 1 on the defense, and he's done that the last few games.
Single, sac fly, a walk. Hicks, 5th in the American League in pitches per plate appearance. Three infielders on the right side. Hicks, check swing foul over the Tiger dugout. 0-2. You know, Cam, it's going to be 81 on Sunday here in Detroit. We won't be here, but it'll be 81.
My golf clubs will not get used this entire trip, apparently. So I did not do a good job of checking the forecast prior to this trip. But sorry, a lot of dry swings in the room.
Yeah. just misses the outside corner. But did you actually bring your clubs to Detroit in April?
You never know, man. I was thinking 54, I'm getting out there. 55,
wow,
I'm going out there. I was going to bundle up. I got my long johns ready. I got my thermals, everything ready to go. I was excited, and then snow started falling out of the sky. There's nothing golf weather about that.
I think people could have told you this was going to be a tough city for that. 2-2 on Hicks.
And that just lets you know how new I am to the game of golf. So, you know, I didn't play I didn't play at all when I was out there, you know, playing baseball, playing every day. I never wanted to go out there. You know, the pitchers once every 5 days, a couple of relievers to get out there. But when I'm out there grinding for you every day, the last thing I want to do is be on the golf course. And I realized how much I was missing out once I retired. Oh, looking back going, what was I thinking?
The 2-2. Tapped weakly to the left side. And Hicks is retired. A 1-2-3 6th inning. Bottom of the 6th we go. Yankees with a 3-2 lead. A grandparent, a coach, and now Hyundai wants to thank them with a 2022 Hyundai Tucson. To nominate your hero, visit HyundaiSaluteToHeroesNY.com and tell us why they deserve special recognition. Because heroes make everyone's journey better. On the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, that young woman's still rocking. Those two are bundled up. The Yankees lead 3-2. Wandy Peralta into the game after just terrific work from Clark Schmidt. Saved the pen, maybe saved the game.
Yeah, that was an outstanding job by Clark Schmidt coming in. I just love the poise of these young Yankees, you know, relievers. I mean, they're not fazed by the moment. They're not fazed by who they're facing. Clark Schmidt just dominant, confident in his bag the whole game. Curveball working for him, fastball, two-seamer, four-seamer, pitching to every quadrant of the zone, picking up a K against a future Hall of Famer. Outstanding job by Clark Schmidt today. 54 pitches, 1 walk, 6 Ks. You couldn't ask for anything better out of that young man, and I'm sure he got a lot of pats on the back tonight when he came out of this game. Outstanding job picking up Garrett Cole.
Yeah, Cole lasted just an inning and 2/3, and Schmidt came on with the bases loaded, 2 runs already in, 2 out in the second, and struck out Scope and then dominated from there as Wandy Peralta deals a strike to Tucker Barnhart, 0-1. I was talking with Chad Green for a while before the game, and he was marveling at these young pitchers in the arm. I mean, these young arms in the bullpen. And just said, he's like, organizationally, they're just doing an amazing job getting these pitchers ready. He said even just the shape of their pitches, they're so major league ready with the shape of their stuff. Learning proper grips, arm angles, everything, so they're up here ready to go. And we're seeing it.
And again, you got to give credit to the organization. You know, each stop, the minor league organizations, AA, AAA, single, wherever guys are going, they're getting the tutelage that they need to, you know, develop their craft, develop their repertoire, and come up here and be ready to make it on the big league level. And I had first-hand look at that last year in Syracuse. Playing for the Mets, we would go to Scranton, and like I told Meredith last series, there was a couple games against Scranton where I looked up and I said, okay, if this is what we're going to be facing in the future, this is what's in AAA, and I might not have too much longer out here playing, you know.
That's when you started taking dry swings with a golf club in your room?
Luis Hill and having to face guys like that down there. You know, I called my agent and I said, call TaylorMade and see if you can get me a set of clubs, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be out here.
The 3-2 is outside ball 4, so Peralta loses Barnhart. Let's take a look at the Charmin Ultra Strong stats. The Tigers 68 and 61 record last season in their last 129 games after A 9-24 start. That was the first year with A.J. Hinch at the helm after his one-season suspension. Cameron, you played for A.J. Hinch. What kind of manager is A.J.?
He really is special. I mean, even going into that clubhouse today, having a chance to talk with the Tigers players, and, you know, talking to Robbie Grossman, he spoke about how it's not every day you see a manager that can just walk into the clubhouse and sit down and guys gravitate to him, and guys want to pick his brain, and guys want to see what's going on in his life. And you know, he's a great communicator. AJ, you're never going to be surprised about any situation that comes up. He's going to let you know days beforehand, you know, what's going on. And you know, he's still getting off that same vibe in the clubhouse when I walked through today. He's fun guy to play with.
Should be 2, and it is a 6-4-3 double play as Castro and Barnhart are eliminated by Peralta. So big ground ball there from Peralta. And here is Robbie Grossman, the top of the Tigers order. Well, Cam, the job that Hinch has done with Detroit, or did last year, I mean, all of a sudden had people thinking, oh, all right, this team's a lot closer than we thought. We talked about them having 2 of the top 5 prospects in all of baseball, one of which is, you know, starting at first base, Spencer Torkelson. The other would have been starting in center field if he was not hurt, and Riley Green. As Miguel Castro warms.
You know, what's really impressive is hearing people in the organization talk about the impact he's had on the organization, not just the team on the field, the product out here right now, but, you know, from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
He's you know, his mentality, his personality, you know, the way he thinks about the game, it's rubbed off on everybody from the top to the bottom. And I think that's what makes a manager extremely special, is when an organization can buy in to his ideas and his thoughts and what he has, you know, what he wants to put in play. Because nowadays you see a lot of lineups and a lot of things being made with, you know, by computers, and managers don't have a lot of say-so. So it's refreshing to still see a guy, you know, his opinion mean a lot to an organization and a ball club.
A 3-2 Yankee lead, bottom of the 6th. 2 out, nobody on. The 2-2 is outside. And it's 3-2 on Grossman, who has the sac fly and a single tonight. First pitch for this game was 6:40. As that's grounded to third, Donaldson stays down and zings it across in time. To end the 6th, we go to the 7th. Yankees holding a 3-2 lead. 7 o'clock, the Brooklyn Nets play Game 2 of their first-round playoff series against the Boston Celtics. You can catch live coverage on My9 and streaming on the Yes app. Plus, after the final buzzer, watch complete post-game analysis and reaction from our Nets on Yes team exclusively on the Yes app. That is a massive Game 2 after a thrilling Game 1 with the Nets falling just short on the Cadillac scoreboard. Yankees 3, Tigers 2. Alex Lang into the game for the Tigers. See the numbers thus far this season. Had a lot of guys in the clubhouse today, Cam, asking me about my thoughts on that series. Nets Celtics.
I was wondering. I was waiting on you to bring it up. It's a good one. That was a good Game 1.
It was. It was a great game.
Entertaining. Kyrie was on one. It was
incredible.
It was fun to watch. KD will be back, though. He'll bounce back.
He'll definitely play better. But the Celtics are good.
They are.
Really good.
It's fun to see how they came together throughout the season. It didn't look that great at first, but they really did a good job of pulling it together, and they look like a formidable squad to have to compete against right now in these playoffs.
Here is Judge. 2, 3, 4 in the Yankee order. Top of the 7th. Yankees 3, Tigers 2. Big swing from Judge, 0-1.
See Judge with the cold weather batting gloves on.
What's the difference between cold weather batting gloves and warm weather batting gloves?
They're much thicker. If you take a look at those Franklins he has on, for years Franklin has been making those gloves. I think one of the few batting companies that use those, but it's insulated, thick, and they really do the job while you're hitting in this cold weather. Absorb some of that shock too if you don't hit one too clean.
So they're specifically made for this weather.
Specifically made for Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota. I don't know, but wherever it's freezing, that's where.
Well,
anywhere you can see your breath.
You did a pretty good job ticking off the cities where.
Anywhere you can see your breath, that's where you want to use those.
Oh. And it's 3-2 on Judge. Swing and a miss. Judge down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Three-two knuckle curve it looked like from Lang right there. Again, great 3-2 pitch. Looking like a pitch that Judge could get to, and right at the plate you see the bottom falling out of that. Great pitch by Alex Lang for out number 1. That's a big one. It's a big inning right here. You'd like to see Yankees get somebody on and maybe put one across, a little bit of insurance.
Yeah, it's true, Cam. You almost can get lulled into feeling like the game is more in control than it is with how good the Yankee bullpen has been in back of Cole. But the Yankees have been stuck on 3 runs since the second inning. The Tigers pen has done a really nice job as well.
Tigers in this extreme shift that you've been seeing here lately against Anthony Rizzo with 4 outfielders. A lot of room on the diamond.
I mean, Cam, how hard is that? And I don't know if it varies hitter to hitter, but let's say Anthony Rizzo went up, and not even saying this should be the approach, but let's say it is, and his sole focus is, I'm just going to hit a ground ball where nobody is. How hard is that to do if that's your only focus when you get in the box?
I think it is hard to do, again, because one thing you don't want to do is change your mindset. You don't want to go up there and all of a sudden have a plan or approach, and then you're second guessing it. You know what I mean? You know, for me, I think it would have been a lot easier for some of these prolific power hitters to do, you know. Yeah. But again, you would never see a guy like me getting shift. So guys like Anthony too, but I still think that's rare because a guy like Anthony, he's a guy who can spray the ball around the whole field. He's a guy that would choke up with 2 strikes and take his hit. So, you know, I still don't really know the rhyme or reason for a lot of these analytic moves that we do, but certain guys I always wonder, you know, why do you shift, you know, Anthony Rizzo or Freddie Freeman, guys that can really handle the stick. So still a little bit over my head as far as the analytics go.
Rizzo works the walk. Here is Stanton. That is in there for a strike at the top of the zone. Exit Velo presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today. 5th inning, zing. 103.8 off the bat of Stanton his last time up. I always think it's amazing, Cam, watching Stan take BP. And you see some of these swings where it looks like he's just, I mean, literally jabbing at the ball, and it goes flying out to right field.
I've argued with people for years that Stanton has the most pop in the game. I don't think anybody's close, and his numbers don't lie. I mean, I want to say he's leading Major League Baseball in exit velo the last 4 or 5 years, and I mean everything this guy hits is just absolutely demolished.
Yeah. Big hole in the right side for Stanton. Wave and a miss, and it's 2-2. Nice slider there from Lang.
You can see Stanton pull off of that slider just a tick. maybe want to see one fly up out of here, but when he's in the middle, I think he needs to just stay with his middle field approach, and good things will continue to happen for him.
Rizzo goes. The pitch is high. So a stolen base for Anthony Rizzo, getting in scoring position with one down, and it's full on Stanton.
Anthony with the walking lead. Oh, Albert Pujols, Gary Sheffield stolen base. That's how they used to get there, is filling up his stat column. He got his stolen base out of the way for the season.
Third stolen base of the night for the Yankees. Let's see if it proves fruitful. Long delay here, and finally time is called for Rizzo, his 67th career stolen base. He had 6 last season. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Rizzo at second, 3-2 to Stanton. Grounded to third. Rizzo retreats. Stanton's retired, 2 down.
I mean, look at Scope. He's bigger than Rizzo. Mr. Second baseman out there at second, standing bigger than the first baseman of a professional baseball team. I mean, it's a big man. Every time I see him, I'm just so in awe of his size. And how do you play second base? Soft feet, good hands.
You say a lot of the same things about the guy in the box right now.
Absolutely.
Built much more like a third baseman, yet multi-time Gold Glove winner at second. And a big opportunity here for LeMahieu. With Rizzo at second, 2 down. Yankees have been clinging to this 3-2 lead since the second. One and one. Donaldson on deck. LeMahieu tonight has walked, flown out to right, lined out to third. The 1-1. LeMahieu, I think regardless of whether he went around, that was called in the zone. So 1-2 now on DJ.
You can see Lang has a really good feel for that knuckle curve. You can see as he winds up, you can kind of see that index finger sticking up on it, that index knuckle sticking up to indicate that knuckle curve, but really good feel for it right now.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. LeMahieu down on strikes, and Rizzo is stranded. Tigers bullpen getting it done. 3-2 Yanks as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Taking a look at the game summary, 3-4-0 for the Yankees, 2-3-1 for the Tigers. Garrett Cole's the guys talked about. A real struggle in that second inning, and Tyler Alexander, a real struggle in the first. Aaron Hicks has been productive tonight. Clark Schmidt has been the Yankee hero Jack was talking about. Yankees trying to bounce back after dropping 2 of 3 in Baltimore. Scored 3 through the first 2 innings, but have been scoreless since. And now Peralta will work a second inning and will face Meadows, Scope, and Candelario, 2, 3, and 4 in the Tigers order. We talked about it before, Cam, but good chance you may not have the services of Green or Loaizaga tonight. As Meadows lifts it into shallow right. Judge racing in to catch up with it for the first out. big smile on the face of Aaron Judge as he played that wind. And Aaron Boone going to come and get Peralta. Clay Holmes ready to go. He has been absolutely electric to start this season. And a job well done from Wandy. Holmes coming in. Yankees protecting a 3-2 lead. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Let's watch NYCFC take on Toronto FC from Citi Field as the boys in blue look to build on their dominant 6-0 win last weekend. Coverage starts at 5 on YES and streaming live on the YES app. Well, outstanding work from Wandy Peralta. Having some fun there in the Yankee dugout as Gleyber Torres was flagging him down. So Schmidt and Peralta both been terrific in relief of Garrett Cole, and now this man who has been just incredible, Clay Holmes, on for the 6th time this season. He'll face Jonathan Scope, number 3 hitter in the Tigers order.
I mean, Holmes was absolutely electric in Baltimore. I mean, bowling ball sinkers, 95 to 97, 98, just super life. I mean, they had no chance. This guy's fun to watch pitch.
The Yankee bullpen entered this game, even after giving up all those runs in Baltimore on Sunday, with the best ERA in the majors. A 2.08 ERA. And the work thus far tonight is only going to help that. Holmes deals inside, nearly caught the jersey of Scope. 2-1. Ryan Rucco, Cameron Maben, Meredith Marakovitz, our entire YES Network crew. Appreciate you hanging out with us on what has been a lengthy night thus far in Detroit. And it's 3-1 on Scope. Both starters were gone by the 2nd inning. Garrett Cole threw a career-high 46 pitches in that 2nd. And Holmes walks Scope with 1 out here in the 7th. There have not been that many hits in this game, but there have been a lot of walks.
Something that you haven't seen a lot from the Yankees pitching staff. One thing I've been really high on them is how they've been able to attack the strike zone, get strike 1, and get guys out early and not allow too many free bases on balls. And it's going to happen, like I said, a lot of usage from these guys. So it's, you know, they still done an outstanding job of minimizing the walks this season and making guys hit their way on.
That was the 8th walk issued by Yankee pitching tonight. Cole had 5 of them. Yankees have also hit a batter. Here's the 0-1 to Candelario. That's ripped to right field, a base hit. And now the Tigers are in business as Judge throws behind the runner at 2nd and was somewhat close as Judge just casually fired it in.
And I'm sure that feels good for Candelario, struggling a little bit this season to get going, and it's a nice piece of hitting right there. Staying to that baseball, hitting a single to right field.
Just the 4th hit of the night for the Tigers, all singles. Miguel Castro getting going in the Yankee pen as Holmes walked Scope, gave up the single to Candelario. Here's Miguel Cabrera, 4 hits shy of 3,000. Ball 1. You know, one of the difficulties of the bullpen game, Cam, it's hard to expect every single guy to be on point. Now, obviously, this wasn't a bullpen game by design, but it turned into that when Cole couldn't get out of the 2nd inning. The 1-0. That one skips away from Higashioka. Throw down to 3rd, not in time. Higashioka nearly recovered in time to make the play, but could not. And now the Tigers set up with 2nd and 3rd and 1 out.
And give Scope some credit on this dirt ball read. He did not hesitate. As soon as this ball hit the dirt, he was off and running, ready to advance to 3rd. Outstanding read by Jonathan Scope, making something happen for the Tigers. Higgy doing a good job of trying to stay with it and come up and make a strong throw, but just not in time. Scope is in just a little bit ahead of the throw. And the Tigers, they have action right now.
2-0. That pitch is down, and Holmes just has not had it so far tonight.
And let's see what happens after this pitch right here. I wonder if he goes 3-0, does Aaron Boone just put Miggy on and try to get the double play?
Well, it is 3-0 on Cabrera, so does he have the green light? They're going to pitch to Cabrera. He did, and swings through it. 3-1.
You definitely figure if they're going to pitch to Miggy, Miggy was definitely going to give himself 3 opportunities to swing the bat. It's a good 3-0 pitch by Holmes.
Yankee infield is not in. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Chop to 3rd. Donaldson's gonna come home. Play at the plate. He is out. Higashioka applies the tag as Donaldson threw a seed.
And you can watch Josh make this play, gather up to get everything he can on this throw. Good throw. Outstanding tag. Quick hands by Higgy to get the tag on Scope. And again, outstanding play for Donaldson to get that out, get the lead runner. Keep the Tigers at 2. Outstanding play.
Boy, that is obviously a massive play and no hesitation at all.
No hesitation whatsoever. And reached back and got, I mean, he let that ball go with everything he had in his body. And cold night, tough grip, outstanding throw on the money to give Higgy an opportunity to apply that tag. So great job.
So after falling behind 3-0, Cabrera swings through a pitch and then grounds into that fielder's choice with Donaldson getting the out at home, and now Holmes an out away from getting out of this. Strike 1.
And right there you can see Miggy gave himself 3 opportunities to swing, and it just lets you know how effective Holmes' sinker is.
And Candelario was thinking about heading to 3rd and said, no, I can't, and had to go back to 2nd, so it's 1st and 2nd.
And that's a big base running blunder right there on Candelario's part. He's got to watch that play and know that no matter what, I got to get the 3rd. That way it gives you an opportunity on the pass ball, something in the dirt.
The 0-1. Swing and a miss as Torkelson sort of corkscrewed there.
I mean, for him to almost tie him up on the ball in the zone is impressive. Like you said, he almost spent torque all the way around in this pitch. I mean, just tying him up. Holmes with some unbelievable nasty stuff out here.
The 0-2. He got him. Clay Holmes escapes. The Yankees preserve the lead thanks to the play from Donaldson. We go to the 8th. In the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Oh yeah, how about that little Ferris wheel of sorts?
That's pretty cool.
Did you go in that at all when you played with the Tigers?
I might have went on like a fan fest day, Ferris wheel. They got the Tiger merry-go-round out there as well. Pretty cool for the kids. It's a great park for the kids, I tell you what. A lot of fun for the children to come out. A lot of interesting things around this ballpark for them to do. So, one of my favorite parks for sure.
That reminds me a little of the.
Look at that. I mean, how
you know,
cool
in London they have the.
I missed that trip, so tell me about it.
Oh, that's right. Sorry about that.
Way to rub it in. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sprained calf got me.
I mean,
2019.
You couldn't come with a sprained calf?
They canned me. Tickets way too much for you to just come and hang out.
No way. So Meredith and I had a terrific tea party. We would have loved to have.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed.
Donaldson swings and misses.
I heard that plane over there was pretty incredible too. I heard the plane going over there was like
the plane
double decker or something
yeah,
crazy.
Nobody slept thanks to Tommy Canely, but the plane was incredible. One and two.
Michael Fulmer on right now.
He settled into the pen. Donaldson swings and misses after that potential game-saving play from Donaldson last inning. Here is Gallo, who has struck out 3 times tonight. Fulmer really excelled in a late inning relief role a season ago. Former starter. Said he loves these situations. Well, told A.J. Hinch, I want to be thrown in the fire. Hinch has called him an adrenaline junkie. So Fulmer is fully bought in to coming out of the pen. '16 AL Rookie of the Year when he beat out Gary Sanchez. Big gaping hole in the center of the infield. It's 3-1 on Gallo. And it's full. 3-2. Might have been a pitch to drive there for Gallo.
Yeah, 3-1. I would have been hoping Joey was, looking to hit. I know things aren't going quite like he wants them to go, but you got to be ready to hit 3-1 right there.
And instead, Gallo takes strike 3 as he has the golden sombrero. 4th strikeout of the night for Joey Gallo.
I mean, if you go back to that at bat, both of those last 2 pitches were really good pitches for Joey to at least offer at, pass at. But again, when you're in between, when you're in your own head, sometimes it's tough to even get a swing off. And right there you can see it, just kind of thinking a little bit too much instead of just playing free and letting the chips fall where they may.
Here's Kiner Falefa. A couple of stolen bases tonight, a single and a walk. At some point it's going to turn for Gallo. The track record is so long, and we know when Gallo's not going well, this is what it can look like. But it has been a tough start to the season for the Yankee left fielder.
Yeah, you can see the frustration on his face all night. Body language has been a little bit tough, and you can just see the frustration right now from Joey. This game is a I don't care who you are, grown man or not, this is a game that can make you cry in the car. Might be one of those nights. Hopefully somebody can pat him on the back and let him know it'll be okay.
Another hit for Kiner Falefa as he punches it into right field.
And that's what you want to see from the bottom of the order right there. Kiner, beautiful piece of hitting right there. Going the other way with this pitch. Two-seamer coming back. Outstanding piece of hitting. Eyes in the right spot. Looking for a pitch away that he can drive and just not trying to do too much. That's his game. And I love the at-bats from Kiner tonight. Should be extremely, extremely happy with his at-bats tonight. Quality at-bats.
Hey, look at that, Cam. First Yankee with 2 stolen bases in a game against the Tigers since you.
My type of guy right there, making things happen, not waiting around, baby.
Now, could he go again with 2 outs? Try and get himself into a scoring position. Ball 1 to Higashioka. Scope the second baseman, pinched up the middle. Kiner Falefa leads off first. 1-1.
Higgy trying to get something going, lined out his last at bat. Sometimes you just want to feel good contact. Sometimes you just want to have a good swing to get you back where you want to go, where you want to be. And let's see how this at bat goes for Higgy. Like that last one a lot.
2-1. Good swing, 2-2. Hicks on deck. The 2-2. Popped it up. Mile high. Behind second. Catch is made. Inning over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Yankees 3, Tigers 2. For the postgame, catch an all-new episode of Forbes Sports Money for an exclusive interview with the CEO of Monumental Sports and Entertainment, Ted Leonsis. Watch it tonight after Yankees coverage right here on YES and the YES app. On the Hyundai scoreboard, Yankees 3, Tigers 2. And the Yankees will go to their 5th pitcher of the night, 4th out of the pen, Miguel Castro. Castro has also pitched really well for the Yankees since that acquisition just before the start of the season. Another part of what has been a sparkling bullpen to begin the year, as the offense has not yet awoken for Aaron Boone, but the pitching has allowed them to be .500 through 10 games and trying to get over with a win tonight. So Castro will face 7, 8, and 9 in the Tigers order. You know, Cam, you were right when you said, hey, this is the kind of night you can't be trying to hit it out of the ballpark. The only hits we've had in this game have been singles. That's it.
And you can see with the wind swirling all over the place, it's just a tough night.
9 hits total in this game, all singles. as Badu takes ball 1. And waiting on deck, pinch hitter for Detroit, Victor Reyes. One and one. Badu had an incredible start to his Tiger career. Last year, homered on the first big league pitch he saw. Next game, hit a grand slam, had a walk-off hit on the 3rd. Pretty incredible, electric welcome to the big leagues for Badu.
That is pretty cool, and both of those were Oppo homers in high school. His high school coach would tell him, if you hit me an Oppo homer, I'll buy you a steak dinner. So
motivation.
Yeah, so after he hit those 2, he texted his high school coach and told him, I think you owe me 2 steak dinners. Look at mom hype. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Look, mom pump, family on 10. Oh, that's a beautiful moment. Well deserved from Akil Badu. Been through a lot in his life. Great story.
Battling here against Castro. Still 2-2. Woo, that's a hot one off the top of the dugout. What you alluded to, he lost his brother when he was only 30 years old, and said it's been a tough journey, but he really learned that life is about making the most of what you have. As he flicks that into center, Hicks makes the catch. 1 away. Soto and Jimenez in the pen for Detroit, as Reyes will pinch hit. Swinging at the first pitch, lifted to short. Kiner Falefa makes the catch. 2 down. And here is Willie Castro. Castro came up with the leadoff man reaching in the 6th and banged into a 6-4-3 double play against Peralta. The number 9 hitter tonight. Starting at short with Javi Baez on the IL with a thumb injury. Chapman warming. Incredible to think the Yankees, I haven't used Green tonight. They haven't used Loaizaga tonight. But they just have so many incredible arms that they've navigated from 2 outs in the 2nd to 2 outs in the 8th without allowing a run to this point out of the pen. One and two.
What's really impressive about that, Ryan, is they have so many guys that can handle so many high leverage situations. And, you know, usually you're trying to mix and match and figure out who can get outs in this inning or that inning. But the Yankees got they've got a bullpen that can get outs in any inning during the game. I mean, this guy right here, Castro, I mean, he could be a closer.
Yeah.
He could be a setup guy. Clark Schmidt, what he was able to do. King, what he's been able to do.
Looped into shallow center, leaping catch made by Kiner Falefa to end the 8th. Some nice work at short from IKF, and outstanding work out of the pen as this game goes to the ninth. New app exclusive series, Off-Field Fashion, and see top FIT designers outfit Yankees manager Aaron Boone and his family on the newest episode, which is streaming now exclusively on the Yes app. We've come roaring into the ninth inning. Yankees 3, Tigers 2. 9 hits total, all singles tonight, is Joe Jimenez. Comes in for Detroit. He's been terrific thus far this season. Dustin Garneau, the new catcher, after Barnhart was pinch hit for by Reyes. Good work from Castro in a scoreless 8th. Nice play from Kiner Falefa to end the inning. And we'll see if the Yankees can add a little insurance for Aroldis Chapman. It has been another quiet night for the Yankee bats. Their first 2 runs coming on an error on a drop pop-up, and then Hicks had a sac fly, and that's it. Strike 1. Temperature has dropped to 38 degrees at Comerica Park. Feels much colder than that. Which is not something you want to see on a baseball field.
Miggy told me this was baseball weather earlier, and I said, football weather you mean? No, Poppy. Baseball weather. This is baseball weather in Detroit. You were absolutely right, Miggy.
He's made the full adjustment from Venezuela and Miami.
It's mental, right? It's all between the ears.
That's something I talked about with Kyle Higashioka before the game. He's like, I really think that it only affects you if you start to let it. Talked about how living in Oregon, where he lives in the offseason now, actually has adjusted him more for this cold weather.
I think it definitely can help, for sure. But he's right. You know, I think it gets to you as much as you allow it to. You know, everybody's got to play in it. Everybody's going through the same thing. So who's going to allow it to affect them is definitely the question. I mean, you see Higgy out there, no sleeves on. He's ready to go. So he's definitely not only talking the talk, but walking the walk tonight on this cold evening.
Hicks stays alive. Hicks has had good at-bats again tonight, continuing his strong start to the season. Batting leadoff once again. Singled and scored in the first, had a sac fly in the second, walked in the fourth. Grounded out in the sixth. Battling again.
And you can kind of tell by the swings that Hicks are, that he's taking. I don't think he's seeing the ball that well off of Jimenez. You know, Joe does a really good job of hiding the ball and creating a little deception before he delivers the ball to the plate. And you can just tell by those fastballs right there that Aaron isn't quite picking it up like he would want to.
The 3-2. How about that? Hicks works another walk. Great battle. And the leadoff man is on in the ninth for the Yanks.
And that's a big walk to lead off this ninth inning. Anytime you can get runners on late, leadoff walks usually can come back to haunt you a little bit, and Yankees looking to get some insurance run for Chapman warming up in the bullpen. Another outstanding at-bat by Aaron Hicks tonight.
Here's Judge, 1 for 4 tonight. Struck out twice, has singled and popped out. 0-1. Hicks is running, Judge is taking, Hicks is safe. 4th stolen base of the night for the Yankees, and now they're set up with Hicks at second and nobody out.
And that's an outstanding jump by Aaron Hicks. Taking a peek, knowing he's got a good pitch to run on, outstanding job of getting to second base, nobody out. Another runner in scoring position, and a great job, Aaron Hicks, expanding his game, going in his toolbox, and getting it back to put a runner in scoring position for the Yankees. Outstanding job. Table setter, that's what you want from a table setter right there. And I like seeing this added element from Aaron Hicks, not just waiting around, make something happen. He's got plenty of athleticism and plenty of capability of stealing the bag and making things happen. So great job by Aaron Hicks.
1-2 on Judge. I know even when he made that mistake of getting thrown out in Baltimore, trying to steal third, made the first out there, Cam, the one thing you talked about is still liking the overall aggressiveness.
Absolutely. Again, not being caught up in the same old, let's wait around for the homer, but let's make things happen.
And Judge fails to advance. Hicks swinging and missing. 3rd strikeout of the night for Judge. 1 down.
Yeah, man, just a steady diet of sliders from Jimenez to Judge, and Judge just not quite able to get any wood on that pitch, and a big out for the Tigers. But again, that's why it's so important for Aaron Hicks to make sure he gets himself to second base, and we still have a runner in scoring position. So the Yankees still have an opportunity to get an insurance run this inning. So that's why that's such a big play.
Rizzo up now. He's had good at bats again tonight. He takes down, ball 1. Yankee hitters have walked 7 times tonight. Rizzo has 2 of them. He also has a stolen base. Yankees have played some really good defense tonight, have run as well. Just have not quite gotten the big hit to create more separation. Looking for some insurance here. It's 2-0 on Rizzo.
With the base open. Stanton on deck. See how careful Jimenez is with Rizzo right here.
Two and 1. Yankees had 2 stolen bases in their previous 10 games before tonight. 4 this evening. And they talked about wanting to use the stolen base as more of a weapon this season.
And you can tell, if you know, through the construction of their roster, I think that's what they wanted to do: get more athletic, a team that can catch the ball better. So these are some of the things that they wanted to pay attention and detail to, and they're doing that right now.
3-1 on Rizzo with Stanton on deck. You'd love to get at least 1 insurance run for Chapman. And Rizzo has walked for a 3rd time tonight. trip to the mound. This is the last mound visit of the night for Detroit. Hey fans, remember all Yankees games on Yes are streamed live on the Yes app. Scan the QR code to download now and enhance your game day experience with features like live stats, watch party, and the free Yes Pick and Play predictor game, which gives you a chance to win up to $25,000 every game. See official rules and a how to play video on the Yes app. So once again, the Yankees with runners on. Hicks at second, Rizzo at first. The Yankees are 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position tonight. Continuing a theme that we've seen to begin this season, with the Yankees coming into today hitting just 190 in those spots. But an opportunity to add here for Stanton. 0-2. The bullpens have won the night thus far. Stanton lifts that in the air to left. Meadows down the line, makes the catch for the second out. So now 0 for 11. And here is LeMahieu. The Michigan man with first and second. 2 out. Line drive, base hit right field. There's the hit they've been waiting for. Hicks rounding third. He will score. A huge insurance knock from DJ LeMahieu. And the Yankees take a 4-2 lead.
DJ LeMahieu coming through once again for these New York Yankees. Outstanding approach. Great piece of hitting. Fastball just off the corner of the plate. Not trying to do too much. DJ just tickling it to the outfield to find a little grass. And that's the insurance run that the Yankees were looking for right there. And another opportunity to push another one across right here. You see Hicks, he knows off the bat, I'm scoring easy. Great job of Hicks getting things started, getting to second base, getting in scoring position, and two out ribbies. One things that hitters love the most. And great job by DJ LeMahieu.
Donaldson grounds it to third, and that will end the inning. But the Yankees finally come through with runners in scoring position. They take a 4-2 lead to the bottom of the ninth with Chapman coming in. For the final out, as our studio team will have highlights, analysis, and complete player reaction from tonight's game. Plus Aaron Boone on the manager's report. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame. Yankees 4, Tigers 2 as we head to the bottom of the ninth inning. And Aroldis Chapman in. Big insurance run courtesy of that 2-out single from DJ LeMahieu. Grossman, Meadows, Scope, all have struggled against Chapman. A combined 0 for 19 with 9 strikeouts in their career against Chapman. Yankee bullpen has been sensational tonight. Garrett Cole lasted to just 2 outs in the second. Clark Schmidt came on, gave the Yankees 3 1/3 scoreless, striking out 6. Wandy Peralta.
Yeah, another outstanding job. Everybody out of that pen continues to do what they do well, get strike one, get outs, continue to give this team opportunity to win games.
Miguel Castro as well. Everybody who came in out of the Yankee pen was terrific. And now Chapman on to try and lock it down with the top of the Detroit order due to hit. A game that is near 4 hours old.
It's been an interesting night from the beginning.
How your toes doing?
My toes are hurting right now, yelling at me.
Strike one. Oh, and 2.
Like seeing that from Chappie, getting ahead early, coming out of the pen, pounding the strike zone. Let's not mess around. Let's not nibble. Let's get straight to it and go right after these guys. Just got a big insurance run. There's no reason to play around and mess around right now.
One down.
You gotta love that slider right here, just falling out of the bottom of the zone. But again, it's about those first 2 pitches, strike one, strike two, putting the guy against the 8-ball, putting him on the defense, and you can see right there his defensive swing, no chance by Grossman, and a big first out by Chapman. I'm sure Aaron Boone loves seeing that from his closer.
Especially after the control issues last 2 outings. There's another strike. 97 on the outside corner, 0-1 to Meadows. 2 walks tonight from Meadows. He's done serious damage against the Yankees over the last few seasons, but has struggled with Chapman in his career. Just missed, 1-1. We think back to the 7th inning. What a massive play Josh Donaldson made. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out, a chopper to him at 3rd, and made a perfect throw home. Higashioka applying the tag on Jonathan Scope, and the Yankees holding on at the time to a 3-2 lead. 4-2 now in the 9th. 1 out, nobody on. Off the end of the bat, flicked into center. Hicks there. And the Yankees 1 out away from victory. Here is Jonathan Scope. He has a couple of walks tonight. Chapman trying to put the finishing touches on what has been a brilliant bullpen performance in back of Garrett Cole. Yankee pen has already recorded 21 outs tonight. Strike one.
Chappie's command just looks so much better tonight. I don't know if it's the cold weather, he's just thinking, all right, let's get in and get out or what, but I really, really like how he's attacking the zone right now.
The 1-1. Grounded to LeMahieu. What a night from the Yankee bullpen, as the Bombers take game 1 of this 3-game set against the Tigers. 4-2 the final. The Yankee bullpen gets 22 outs without allowing a run. And the Yankees get a much-needed win after their series in Baltimore. Big insurance run provided by DJ LeMahieu in the top of the 9th. Some really good defense from Josh Donaldson and Kiner Falefa. And just terrific work from the Yankee bullpen tonight. We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up. Yankees 4, Tigers 2. Yanks take the first of 3 from Detroit.